This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
About to bring gold back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
And how sweet it is! A state gold medal for the Union Scotties!
And then the Shenango Lancers are your 2A softball champions. The trophy lifted high.
The 10th seed Union Scotties are WPIAL champions.
Not a Cinderella story, a championship story here.
And your 2023 WPIAL 2A Girls Champions, the Shenango Wildcats.
The pitch from Bruce, here it comes. Swing and miss! Union wins it! Union Scotties have WPIAL Championship 10.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Working down inside and alley-oop the young gun.
Approach. She'll strike it. And score!
Feature 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Coming to you live from Sanders Field at Ewing Park for WPIAL baseball action here on the Lawrence County SportsNet and on ECS. Well, simulcast action, and why not for the biggest game of the year in the baseball season, a win and you're in game in Section 1 of Class 3A. Shenango taking on Ellwood City. Alongside Mr. Brad Winhurst and Lee Moan, I'm James Dotson here for the fun, and by fun we mean a nice quick game. That's what we had yesterday, right, Brad?
That's wishful thinking right there. You said it there, James Dotson, for Lawrence County Sports Network. We do appreciate you guys joining up with us. A beautiful day. A couple, we won't mention what kind of clouds are out there, but there are a couple partly cloudy clouds. But right now the sun is shining, and we're about 5 to 10 minutes away from getting this one underway. Hopefully we don't have one as long as yesterday. We got dinner waiting at home ready to go, but I think we have the leftovers plate ready to go in the refrigerator just in case this one goes late evening.
Well, we got leftovers from yesterday. We're absolutely fine with that because of a 13-inning marathon game between Ellwood City and Shenango. Lee Moe was on the call for that one yesterday. And Lee, we'll get it out of the way right now. We expect a really long game today. The joke was yesterday in the second inning.
Well, we just wrapped up the post game just now.
Oh, you're right.
We just drove down here for today's game for the start. Just able to arrive here. But yeah, it was a really tough day for baseball because the wind was blowing directly in, at least what we could tell. No fly balls that are going to hit deep yesterday, so a lot of lazy fly balls and not a lot of line drives that caused for the long game. But Ellwood City finally able to pull things out in the 13th inning. And I thought yesterday was the win in your end game.
If it was Shenango,
Yes.
it would have been a win in your end game.
But now it's completely a win in your end game now, Tuff. So one of these two schools or season, unfortunately, is going to come to an end here today. And it's a shame for Shenango to lose on senior day, but that's the way things go sometimes. So now we'll see what pitching is left here on both, because both schools used 3 of their top pitchers yesterday. So we'll see what they have here today.
Yeah, Ellwood City used 3 pitchers, starting with Will Nardone, Aaron Lake, and then closing out with Nate Kennedy, who actually had the suicide squeeze for insurance as well there in that 13th inning. They will go with Owen Andrews, who has been mainly as a closer, a couple saves on the year for the junior Owen Andrews. Shenango, on the other hand, they're going with senior Jason Malley, as they were without 2 of their pitchers after the Joe Campoli came in of relief of Jimmy Rowe. How about this? This is the first start of the season for Jason Malley. But hey, I like that from Coach Othidi, saying, hey, let's go with a senior who I'm going to trust to throw out there. Might not have a start on the season, but that's somebody that can be trusted, Brad. And I think that's a great way to look at it and say Owen Andrews may not have started many this year, but somebody who coaches put in tough situations already this year. Let's go and give him the ball right away.
Yeah, man, he started he pitched for Ellwood City his freshman year, and now he's a couple years into it. He was one of the primary pitchers actually last year's group, and he pitched down in Orlando when we started off at the beginning of the year down in Florida. But this year, the go-to guy has been Will Nardone, and they brought in a couple guys, and I can guarantee you there's a couple extra on the backside that we won't necessarily hit point on, and hopefully we don't have to go to them. But the one standout that you could see today possibly coming in, you would never expect this out of a shortstop, but that the senior Isaiah Lutz. You want to talk about seniority right there. That's a possibility, and it's a slim chance, but you never know. You could see possible Joseph Roth pitch as well. I think that's if we go into 18 innings, potentially.
What else is he doesn't do anyway, so you might just throw him in there.
He does every single sport you can think of except one.
Gymnastics.
And I know they were talking about it on the broadcast yesterday. Could you see him as a tight end or a wide receiver? My goodness.
Yeah, Eric mentioned that. Yeah, he missed his calling right there.
I like that you brought up the possibility of Isaiah Lutz, because he did start in the game against Union in a non-section contest, so he's got a little experience. And again, just a senior competitor. That's really all you're looking for either one of these teams. Lee, let me ask you on the other end. We were kind of joking about it beforehand of the back-to-back games, and now you have to go and get yourself remotivated. Let's just flash back a week ago where Shenango lost an extra innings game to Mohawk, had to come back the next day, and only got 2 hits in 7 innings. We expect to see a lot more hits than that today, but what's got to be the mentality going through that Shenango dugout right now?
Mentality is just winning your end. I mean, you have to just throw out yesterday. Yesterday didn't even happen, so this is one game. Throw everything out for the whole season, basically. Whatever you've done, concentrate here on today. You just got to really focus and try to jump on this Ellwood team early if you can. Yesterday they fell behind 3-0, and they were able to battle back. But you want to jump on this Ellwood team if you can here on their home field.
What do you mean yesterday? They've done that all year, according to Coach Othidi.
Yeah, Coach, he told me that before the game. He says, I'll tell you how we play. We give up runs in the first inning, then we'll give up more in the second inning, and then I say, hey, guys, let's start playing ball. And then we start playing. Because they can't do that. They didn't at least they waited to the 3rd or 4th inning yesterday. So they waited a couple innings, but today they get to really jump out if they can.
And now let me throw it over to Brad on the other side of things. Ellwood needed to win 2 games. You got the first one. Can't win 2 until you win the first. And basically you won. You played 2 games technically yesterday to win that one. But how long do you allow yourself to celebrate last night before you get going and get ready for today's contest, where it is winning you're in for both teams?
Well, I tell you what, it was short-lived. It was a little trip back down Route 65, a little journey. They went to the hot dog shop, got some hot dogs for dinner, and then that was it. You go home, book it. You know the tickets tomorrow. They turn around. I can guarantee you they were at this field a little bit earlier today to get some warm-up and ready to go. And I know we talked about it the past couple of games, and you guys nailed it on point yesterday. This team had an 8-7 loss to Hopewell. If that was a flip score, this may be one of the hotter teams at the 3A level, winning 6 to 7 games in a row, and all of a sudden, you guys talked about it yesterday too, the 60, 70-some runs that they've scored. Now, granted, the competitions have been a little bit different, but it's nice to see that repetition. The bats get hitting, and you get contact, and all of a sudden it translates to a 6-3, 13-inning game.
Umpires meeting with the captains here at home plate. Give them a shout out right now. Rick Gabriel and Dave Craycraft, a couple of veteran officials here from Lawrence County as we get ready for today's contest. We're going to have a national anthem here. We will have a national anthem. So we will pause for a moment and pay honor to our country. Here comes your national anthem here at Ewing Park, Sanders Field.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Let's play some ball. Two big games here in Section 1 of Class 3A. Of course, this one, the win and you're in between Ellwood City and Shenango. We also have coverage up in Bessemer, the battle for first place. The winner of Mohawk and Riverside will be the top team here out of Section 1. And say that again, Lee?
And more likely the number 1 seed in the WPIAL also.
Absolutely. We expect that to be potentially the case. We'll keep you updated on that one. You can flip your your smartphone over, your computer, whatever you do, go dual screen, whatever you can do. As we already have. Ricky Gabriel already having fun. Catch you went out there without the cup there, Brad. Oops. That's a mistake. I don't want to talk about jitters, but
It's a good thing we don't go 13 innings again for that one.
Yes. Well, on that happy note, let's take a look at today's starting lineups here. We'll start with the batting order here for the Shenango Wildcats. There you see it on your screen. Senior Benny Santangelo, Sam Patton, Grayson Hooks at the top of that order. Malley, Campoli, Ross, Anderock, Graham, and Rowe. The starting 9, the big power, obviously, they're in the middle of the order. Hooks and Malley each with 16 RBI, but Grayson Hooks hitting over 500 on the season, one of the top averages in all of Lawrence County. And they will go against the defensive alignment. It's brought to you by Medora Bonner Law, your defensive alignment here for Ellwood City. The outfield from left to right is Biscup, Cuevas, and Landis. The left side of the infield, Lake and Lutz with Kennedy and Nardone on the right. Jordan Keller, now he's behind the dish, ready to go as the catcher for Owen Andrews. Again, making his 6th appearance. He does have 2 saves on the year. Just 10 innings pitched, and I think that's one of the keys that we'll have to be talking about here today, gentlemen. The inexperience in terms of varsity innings this year. Obviously, these guys have thrown many times throughout the course of their career, but 10 innings on the year thrown for Owen Andrews, 9 2/3 on the other side for Jason Malley. How deep is your bullpen? Could be the issue, but then at the same time, if one of these starters gets on a roll, that's just a blessing in disguise for these two teams, right, Brad?
Yep, it does, and it makes you wonder if that's going to change how you approach the baseball game here at the plate. Do you just decide to kind of not swing at that first pitch, kind of hold back? Because yesterday they had a bunch of fly balls. Mm-hmm. Maybe today it's not necessarily the wind that may be the factor. It's, hey, if we can get that pitch count up high enough, hit that 100 mark, maybe that has to get to the bullpen. But nonetheless, a big one here. Owen Andrews, like we said, he pitched a couple games last year, but very youthful, but got defense behind you. Let it pitch to contact.
Brad, you're really familiar with this field.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about this field with the way the
boy.
wind's blowing, and tell us a little bit about how this might play.
9 times out of 10, it'll go from left field to right field, coming inward across the field. Every once in a while, you'll see it quickly switch and go the opposite direction, and there have been several games where it has quickly turned a prize across from the creek behind us here, gone straight through the Little League, and that's why you've got a gentleman named Aaron Lake who's hit 2 home runs, and one of them right off that WPIAL championship sign, pretty far. It's about 400 feet to center field, so it's pretty far hit.
And you notice he said crick and not creek.
I
like
did
it.
hear that.
I like it.
But he was talking about a lake in there as well, so I got a little bit confused. 79 degrees, beautiful day. Can't believe the weather has held out the way the forecast had looked a whole week long. 29, partly cloudy, beautiful day here in Ellwood City. Lincoln High School, Shenango High School. First pitch coming here at 4:40, and it's swung on and ground ball. Nice backhand there by Lake. Throw across the diamond, but it's going to get away from the first baseman, Nardone. Throw was low, and that's going to allow the runner to get to second base. So a hard hit ball, but that's going to go down as an E5, I would think, right off the bat. And that actually kind of answers one of the questions I had, gentlemen. Might you see more patience at the plate in terms of taking a strike? But
Nope.
Nope.
No, they were first pitch swinging yesterday also, but that's just a nice backhand play, but had too much time, I believe, and just made an errant throw. Not the way you want to start.
I love hearing it, though, from the dugout. Hey, let it go. Let's get right to the next pitch. And Sam Patton coming to the plate, hitting .362 on the season.
Yeah, we mentioned yesterday he's part of the bocce team at Shenango. Also
Football.
There's Owen Andrews, the junior. This one in there for strike one.
And I didn't realize that Sam's brother Will was playing football for Penn State.
Yes, he was a preferred walk-on.
Yes, I did not realize that.
Santangelo reached on an error to start the game. 10 minutes behind schedule, why not? This one lifted down the right field line. A lot of room over there, and it's going to fall just foul. About 3 feet foul down the right field line. A lot of space in foul territory. I mean, I think Neshannock might be the only other one in the section with more space here, Brad. You have to run everything out. You can be tagging on foul balls here.
Absolutely, and it's been crazy to see when 9 times out of 10, when there's a foul ball down the right field line, all of a sudden they'll come back and they'll hit it down the third base line. But you said it, a lot of field to play here, and catcher got to be ready to go for a pop fly back to the press box.
No balls, 2 strikes as Owens kicks and delivers. This ball grounded towards short, taken there, kind of falling backwards by Lutz. Good throw across the diamond to get the out. 6-3 on the putout. Runner Santangelo stays put at second base. Beautiful play there, Brad, to regather himself. Had a little more time and fired it across nicely.
And give credit to Lutz. He's one of your 3 seniors on this team. He's come a long way at that shortstop position, doing very well on defense.
And he'll be playing at the next level. Junior college. Escapes me every time where he is heading.
It escaped me as well. Put me on the spot.
He said, I can tell you right now, he said at the South Carolina Lancaster.
There it is. That's
a Division I JUCO school.
That's why you bring Leamone along, guys.
And actually, I just had a player from Pine Ridge, the name escaped me, is going to the same school.
There you go.
Never heard of the school and heard it twice in a week.
First pitch here misses outside, ball 1 to Grayson Hooks, and glad you mentioned that, though, because a lot of those junior colleges in the South, they do have a good recruiting base here in Western Pennsylvania. A couple in particular that where Tyler Kammerer from Shenango ended up going for a couple of years. They got a good feeder program essentially coming here from Western PA. As this one's beat into the ground towards second base, Kennedy fires across for the second out. Santangelo will advance to third on the play.
Yeah, I saw SC Lancaster's like, no, it can't be going out in horse and buggy land. So.
Too good.
2 down. Jason Malley now stepping to the plate.
By the way, good recovery here by your pitcher here in Owen Andrews right now.
Yeah, for sure. After giving up the reach on error on the first at bat, getting a couple of ground outs. Now Malley coming to the plate, again tied for the team lead in ribbies, and he's going to take his 9th hit batsman on the season.
I was ready to say the team lead in hit batters.
No, that's his 9th. Sam Patton with 10 is actually ahead of him.
Number 2, Joe Campoli.
And Campoli was the one that hit it hard. yesterday. I guess we're going to get a courtesy runner here, James.
Yep, that's Tyler Hauk, who started yesterday, not getting to start today, but maybe this could have been part of the idea, was using him as a runner at situational times. A couple stolen bases on the year. Now with 2 down, as you mentioned, Joe Campoli to the plate. He does have the team lead, 18 ribbies on the season. Hard luck loser, pitching 6 innings of relief. Was Campoli. The lefty steps in. First pitch misses downstairs for ball 1. We're told 320 down the lines, 375 to center field, but no more lights here at Sanders Field. That one catches the inside corner, evens the count at 1-1. What is the prognosis on that for the future, Brad?
I will just give you, there are things in place.
We got thumbs up over there.
Yes, yeah.
Good.
We'll go with the thumbs. We'll leave it at that. Enough words said.
Here's the 1-1. Ground ball left side. That's going to find its way through between short and third. Went with the pitch. 19th Toshiba RBI on the year. And first run on the board comes to the visiting Shenango Wildcats here in the first.
Boy, Campoli just placing that perfectly. Like he said, went with the pitch. He didn't try to do much with it. Saw the hole on the left side. Just poke it through, get the run.
So Hauk now at second, Campoli at first. 2 down. And this one's popped up on the left side. It'll go out of play towards the turfed football field. Nice to see the turf in after its first full season. This is Trey Ross batting here. He fouls this one back to the screen. Count now 0-2. That was the only big change, or one of the 2 changes, I should say. Ross and Anorak flip-flop from 6th and 7th spot in the order, and DJ Graham hitting 8th today instead of Tyler Hauk. Ross now facing an 0-2 count here with 2 down. Another one foul back to the screen. Count remains 0-2. And Lee, how big is it, though, as the visiting team, to get that first run on the board here today?
Mr. Confidence, you gotta love it. Jump on him early. I said that early. You gotta try to sneak another run in if you can here. You're gonna need a lot of runs here, I think, today.
6-3 and 13 innings yesterday, though pitching staffs will be dwindled as this one's lifted towards center field. Cuevas going back on it, turns the hips and makes the over-the-shoulder catch for the 3rd out of the inning, but a run on a hit. There was an error with 2 runners left on the bags. We've played a half inning. Shenango 1, Ellwood City coming up to bat, so let's flip the script and take a look at the Ellwood City starting lineup here today. Again, your starting lineup's brought to you all year by Doran Concrete, laying the foundation for your team. Don't let anybody lay down the foundation for your home or business. Visit doranconcrete.com for your free estimate today. As we take a look over on the other side, here we go. The Ellwood City lineup. The designated hitter today, Joseph Roth, played first yesterday. He is the DH for the pitcher, Owen Andrews. But Biscup, Lukes, Keller, Lake, Kennedy, Nardone, Roth, Landis, and Cuevas are the 9 in the batting order for Ellwood City today. And Brad, I'll ask you here first. 9 hits in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong, that was 4 in the 3-run third, and then 4 in the 3-run 13th, so only 1 hit scattered amongst the other 11 innings. I think more consistency top to bottom throughout the course of the game, innings 1 through 7, maybe beyond, is going to be the key for Ellwood today.
Yeah. And it's not, it's a broken record, as we talked about Shenango coming out early in that first, second inning, getting some runs, and that's one thing that Ellwood has done in the past 6-7 games. They've jumped out into a 3-4 run, and they've kind of set the tone, and this is a big, it's every half inning is going to be big today, but this half inning right here, if they can get that run back, relax, breathe a little bit, but the big one for me, the middle of this lineup, we can talk for days about the first 4 hitters, but that 5th hitter, Nate Kennedy, he has come alive the past couple of weeks, not only pitching, but his bat was very quiet to start the year, and now it's just been very consistent. Nothing splash happy. They don't hit for extra base hits a lot or plenty, but they find the small ways to make it happen.
There's a look at your defensive alignment, brought to you again by Medore Bonner Law. Make sure you have the best defense behind you with Medore Bonner Law. Visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com, a community firm with personal connection and individualized service. 4:40 was the time of your Penn Ohio Bottled Water first pitch. We'll actually have our Penn Ohio Bottled Water podcast return for the playoffs coming up. We'll take a look at the... Lee, I hate you. Jim Moore, I really hate you. But that's another story.
Well, if you notice, that's my text now.
It is.
It's back.
We know it's playoff time when you start hearing Lee Moan's phone there in the background. Jason Malley on the bump, first pitch in there, upstairs for ball one to Jacob Biscup. Malley, an 0-1 record, his 7th appearance, but this is his first start of the season. 2-0 the count to the leadoff batter. Biscup hitting .388 on the season. Make it a 3-0, so in the hole early is the Shenango senior right-hander.
Got a nice Ellwood City student section off to our left in the stands behind that Ellwood City.
A 4-pitch walk to begin the game. Drawn by Biscuit, so each team gets the leadoff man on base. Shenango with 1 unearned run in the top of the first. And now Isaiah Lutz coming to the plate. First pitch swinging is Lutz. It's going to be lifted towards center field. Hooks going towards right center is going to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Brad, as a coach, I mean, 4-pitch walk to start the game. Are you someone who would be wanting to give the handcuffs and make him take there, or are you okay with find a good pitch and swing at it?
Well, we said it. The top 4 batters, it's insane how the contact, and Isaiah Lutz has been pretty good. But I tell you what, Biscup there, the hits batsman and the walks that he has been taking has been ridiculous. His OBP's somewhere in the ballpark of 550 or something up there.
Yeah,
so.
We talked about the hit batsman on the Shenango side. You're right, 11 hit batsmen for Biscup on the season.
That's 38, I think, for Ellwood.
31 on the other side total for Shenango. So both these teams, batters not afraid to take it if they need it. That one's foul back to the screen. Count now 0-2. We'll try to keep you updated. It's in the top of the second inning. Up in Bessemer, scoreless in that championship game, essentially, section championship tilt between the Panthers and the Warriors. 0-2 the count. Misses downstairs. Count now 1-2 to Jordan Keller, 294 hitter, but he had the big hit yesterday, Lee.
He sure did. He had the game-winning RBI and the shirt.
Yes, the MVP he had the Mele Chiropractic Play of the Game Awards. This one's lifted towards right field, caught right on the foul line. Great play, DJ Graham, getting the start today. Out in right field, makes the catch just in foul territory for the second out.
Now batting for Ellwood, number 3, Aaron Lake.
I'm a fan of our umpire already. Because he nice loud signal, hands are up, because I'm screened. I can't see the right field line, so I can watch the umpire, know that it's caught.
That's Rick Gabriel out there. I don't know, are we allowed to say that about Rick? Are we allowed to say he's doing a good job? No, we love Rick Gabriel, one of our great friends here at the network.
Well, we're screened down in North Allegheny in the softball field, and the right, looking at the umpire, we had no clue what was going on.
Keller was 16.
Until you saw the runner going around first base. Like, okay, it dropped.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
As Malley steps off the rubber here. Keller, 16 RBIs. Lake with 18 RBIs. These two have been the workhorses all year in the middle of the lineup and looking to cash in with 2 down here, Brad.
Yep, he swings for power. Lake will either get on base with the long ball or he's headed to the dugout with a strikeout. It's one of those two.
This one just under it, lifted on the right side of the infield. Trey Ross, the second baseman, will make the catch on the edge of the grass for the third out of the inning. So the leadoff walk, but 3 straight flyouts to end the inning. Shenango leads 1-0 at the end of the first inning. We'll step aside, be back in a moment here on the Lawrence County SportsNet and on EC. Back to the action. First pitch thrown in here in the top of the second inning. In there for strike one. 7, 8, 9 hitters. Christian Anorak. Strike one, strike two, just like that, working quickly. Is Owen Andrews. Gave up the unearned run there in the top of the first inning. Trailing 1-0 is Ellwood City as this one is popped back and out of play. Count remains 0-2. Anorak coming in. 214 hitter with 12 ribbies on the season. Another 0-2 pitch, foul right back to the screen. You mentioned the backstop, a lot of room, but it's also a hard backstop. So any passed ball, got to be on your horse there, right, Brad?
Yep. Sometimes you can every once in a while you get a ball that'll trail off to dugouts areas, and it makes that throw down to third base or first base a little bit longer.
Another breaking ball. This one's lifted towards center field, going back on it as Cuevas. Still drifting back, and makes the catch. That one didn't seem like much off the bat there, Lee, but it just kept on carrying.
Yeah, caught up in that jet stream, and you heard Brad talk about looking at the flag. It's blown that way. And I've noticed that Cuevas is only a freshman, but boy, he's got some speed, doesn't he?
I tell you what, I don't want to cross paths here, but look out for him on the basketball court a couple years from now. He's going to be something. Definitely one of the fastest players on the team, and that's why you're in center field.
Breaking ball misses outside for ball one. This is the change to the lineup in DJ Graham batting.
So point guard then? Two guard. Okay,
I think two. I think two. A streaky two.
This one golfed towards right field and will end up foul. Good job giving chase there by Sam Landis. What are you guys talking about? Point guard, two guard, whatever. I thought it was fluid in these systems at this point, right? That everybody plays five. Rick Gabriel saying, I'm gonna have to go and eject Jordan Keller. He ran me over there as he went to go get for that foul ball.
I just gave him a compliment too.
How about this? Ricky Gabriel was the base umpire when I played in high school.
What, 50 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. This one misses upstairs, 2-1 to count. Yeah, he actually volunteered when we got to go and play at PNC Park for a game. The game had to be canceled, our normal opponent, because they had to make up a section game on that day. How upsetting must that have been, as this one's chopped up the middle and hits right off the lip to get past Lutz at the last second. Good range, but just out of reach. Graham will get on with the single. But to finish the story, guys, because of that, we got to play a red-gray game, a Neshannock inter-squad, essentially, which was a lot of fun for us, but didn't have umpires because it wasn't a game. He volunteered his time to come down and be the umpire for that contest. And a lot of
well, why wouldn't he at PNC Park? You're not going to volunteer your time at Ellwood City High School or Shenango High School or anything. You're going to PNC Park, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll volunteer my time.
First pitch to Jimmy Rowe in there for strike one. The 9 batter, the starting pitcher yesterday. 7 innings and a no decision. Don't get to say that one very often. Here with 1 down. This one way outside. Good job by Keller getting out of that stance. In and out of the catcher's position over the course of this year, Brad.
Yeah, every once in a while he'll slide to second base, and Ryan Widmeyer's your secondary catcher there, and he usually plays right field, but unfortunately Widmeyer, he's got a little bit of an issue as well. He injured a couple days ago, so we go back to the primary positions.
2-1 now the count. Yeah, Widmeyer in and out of the lineup over the course of the year. Joseph Roth in and out of the lineup. Pulled a hamstring earlier in the year. It's been a rough go here, but they're fighting through in this spring season, Brad.
Yeah, it was a struggle against that Riverside series, and unfortunately that's where a couple of the injuries occurred. But we know Joseph Roth. He can. We'll see him in a couple at bats here. He'll pull through, and hopefully we can get something going here shortly at the bottom of the inning.
2-1 count. This one misses off the plate as well. Hit the target, but setting up a little outside there was Jordan Keller. So 3-1 to count. Yeah, interesting though too, because Roth was the first baseman being DH'd for. Today, flipped the script. He is the DH and not playing the field. 3-1 count. This one ground ball towards third base, taken on a hop by Lake to second for 1. On to first for the double play. Feels like deja vu, Lee. How many of those did we see yesterday?
Quite a few, and that's a great job turning that, because going in hard does DJ Graham too, but he's able to get that turn.
So after the double play, the inning ends. Shenango with a 1-0 lead. We'll come back with our keys to the game when we return here on Lawrence County SportsNet and Ellwood City Sports.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenopal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Firefly Solar is a proud sponsor of LC SportsNet. From our regional business partnership to our community benefits agreement with local schools, Firefly Solar is dedicated to being an outstanding neighbor and beacon of economic support for the Lawrence County community. Let's create a stronger energy infrastructure while preserving the agricultural beauty of Lawrence County. Visit fireflysolarpa.com for more info about the Firefly Solar project. Firefly Solar, creating a brighter future in Lawrence County.
That's something you're going to hit on.
We're going to hit it right now. We got the keys to the game. We're just talking off the air about some of the keys to the game. Brad, basically say the same thing you just said, please.
Yeah, for Ellwood City-wise, it's defense, 101. They're coming in. I want to see their field percentage. It definitely went up yesterday. It was coming into yesterday's game, I think it was 933 overall. They have limited the errors that hurt them last year's squad. And with Owen Andrews being as young as he is, he needs to realize, hey, throw to contact. I got defense behind me, and that was a big double play turn there by Aaron Lake into Kennedy, and then Nardone stretching there at first.
Now in the bottom of the second inning, and it's the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up, Kennedy, Nardone, and Roth. And there is the aforementioned Nate Kennedy, who has been swinging a hot bat. All singles on the year, though. No extra base hits for the sophomore. Count even now at 1-1. Here in the bottom of the second inning, those were your works in progress keys to the game, as this one's fouled back to the screen. And one of the other things we kind of alluded to earlier, Lee, wanted to mention as well, both these teams playing 7 innings. For Shenango, it's in terms of, starting strong. They've got the lead for maybe, I'm sure Coach O'Davies will say the first time they've had it all year to start a game. On the other side for Ellwood City, they had 4 hits in the 3rd inning, 4 hits in the 13th inning, and only 1 the rest of the game. They need to be more consistent, I think, throughout the course of a 7-inning game. This 1-2 is off the end of the bat towards second base. Good job to play with the English over there by Trey Ross. Gets the out at first. 4-3 on the putout for the first out of the inning.
And Shenango left 12 runners on base yesterday, too, so they got to try to get those runners in here today, too. And now we're going to have a talk with our pitcher here, with our veteran umpire. Must have went out and told him a little joke.
I will say this, Rick Gabriel's been doing this for a long time, but it's always cracking a smile, always keeping it loose out there, which is nice as a young player to be able to enjoy that and not take a breath every once in a while. And the umpire controlling the game, but also controlling the emotions. Well done. As Will Nardone to the plate, another guy, not the greatest batting average on the year, Brad, but drawn 10 walks on the season. He just finds a way to get on base throughout the course of this year.
Yep, you nailed it. He's, I think, one, if not leading, he's second on the team in walks drawn. And, not the strongest bat, but we'll take the pitching on that trade-off.
2-1 to count. Yeah, Nardone was the starting pitcher yesterday, one of 3 Ellwood City arms used and are ineligible by the pitch count rule. For today's contest, swings and misses of that one count even at 2-2. Speaking of pitchers, want to mention it is no Lucarelli in the Riverside game. It is Hunter Garvin who pitched the 7th inning yesterday.
Not a surprise.
2-2 the count here. This one ground ball towards the right side of the infield. Tough hop. Ross able to hang with it though and get the out. He's got both ground out putouts. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
And you like to see the ground outs for Shenango. You had 3 flyouts in that 1st inning. You like to see that ground ball coming down.
Especially with the way the wind swirls around here. Now Joseph Roth, this will be Only his 12th at-bat of the season, potentially, if it is a official at-bat.
So throw out our golden nugget that we learned.
It's time, Lee. Do it.
Yeah, 52 points in his middle school championship game out of 53.
His first pitch swinging. This one's chopped. High chopper. Call it the Ewing Park chop there to shortstop, taken by Santangelo. And you're right, Lee, after 3 flyouts in the first, it's 3 groundouts in the second. 1, 2, 3. Go the Wolverines. We've played 2 complete. We'll be back in a moment. Third inning when we return. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet and Ellwood City Sports.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Top of the third inning coming your way. Glad to be here on the Lawrence County SportsNet. A little tradition that we do here with our SportsNet broadcasts. We call it the middle 3. We flipped the script, so he didn't know it was coming. Brad Windhurst.
I don't.
You want it? You want the call?
What? Oh, perfect. Yeah,
absolutely.
Take it.
Take it away, Mr. Brad Windhurst.
Oh, there's your fly ball once again. We just traded off ground balls, fly balls here, right to center field. Cuevas back about 10 feet in from that fence line. Good fly ball, first out for Owen Andrews on the mound.
That's Santangelo, Patton, and Hooks.
Yeah, that was in the contract, by the way, if you read the small print that Brad must do play-by-play. So
I forgot to put my initials on that one.
We appreciate you joining forces here. It's going to be a lot of fun, though for Ellwood City, obviously. The scoreline know what they want at the moment, so a lot of game left to be played here, Brad.
Plenty. This is where you kind of hope for maybe a little offense kicking up, but you keep it at 1-0. You're right there. Second pitch there misses. Evens count 1-1 here.
Yeah, Sam Patton's dad played football for IUP back in the days. And his Uncle John played football for Clarion.
Ooh, those are fighting words for me.
and both graduated from Laurel High School.
Ah, the Spartans.
Let's give a shout out to the Spartans. How about that? They're back in the playoffs after a couple years missing out.
Yeah, they've always had a pretty good squad there. We played them in I forget if it was 2A or 3A, but we played them a couple times in section, and it was not ideal, not fun going up there at all. So full count here from Andrews to Patton. Contact to the right side. This is going to be a line drive, base hit down that line to Landis in right field. Good full count pitch. Good contact by Patton.
So a hit every inning so far now for Shenango. A one-out single for Patton.
Now batting center fielder.
Yeah, you actually had a non-section game against Laurel earlier this year.
Yes,
that was a high-scoring affair, 10-8 if I remember correctly.
Well, we'll leave the score a little bit alone.
I know what you're going to say.
I know the umpires kind of apologized a little bit on that one, but we'll let it slide. We'll let it slide. First pitch swinging here by Hooks. Up the shoot. This is going to be a tough one. It's going to roll off the glove. Somebody's not covering second. Wow. Shenango gets lucky on that one, if there is luck. Fly ball, pop fly to center field, and Cuevas has been playing back a little bit deeper with that hit and that wind, and all of a sudden it drops in between all three, and
Yeah, and then the mental mistake by Andrews, because everybody's going out to cover, looking for that fly ball. Andrews has to be in that position to be on the bag, and just the mental mistake, and Shenango takes advantage.
Well, almost a mental mistake by the base runner too, Pat, because he was retreating. He saw it hit the glove of Cuevas, and big props to Cuevas on that dive. I thought he made the catch, but it just hit right off the webbing of the glove and fell down. Unfortunately, like you said, nobody covering, so it will go down as a hit.
Give credit here to Shenango back-to-back. Get some contact. Good hits here. Still with just one out. One pitch here from Andrews to Malley. Inside. Jammed his hands there. Fouled back. Makes the count 0-2. Big out here possible for Owen Andrews. Got to get back into this one.
And Lee, how about this? Again, the first pitch swings on those last two bats for the singles.
Yeah, very aggressive.
Just up high, misses there, makes the count 1-2.
Yeah, Jason Malley not going to be going too far to continue his college career off the Penn State Shenango.
Yeah, one Shenango to another.
Yeah.
It'll be just finished the first year of that program with the Shenango Lions. A very Lawrence County-centric program there.
Pitch misses outside again.
Until they get established, too.
Yeah, well, with that in mind, too, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Shenango's former coach, Larry Kelly, is one of the assistants with that squad.
You knew he couldn't give it up.
No. You kidding me? He's still playing on the weekends.
Yeah, probably the 69-year-old shortstop.
So pitch misses outside once again, back-to-back outside, makes the count 3-2. This is danger territory here for Andrews on the mound.
Yeah, I missed talking to Coach Kelly.
There's 3-2 pitch. Outside again, that's 3 straight, and that's going to load the bases with runners. That'll bring up number 2. That's Campoli, and we'll see what he can do after yesterday's gem.
Yeah, I like this, though. Take your time now for your trip to the mound. Brought to you by Right on Cue. Yeah. Brought to you by Luxembourg, Garber, Kelly, and George. Keeping promises now for over 90 years. Remind you, while we have the moment, coming up after the game, we will have our MVP Insurance MVP of the Game award, as well as our Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game. Gentlemen, while we have a moment, let's talk about Class 3A in the playoffs.
Playoffs?
I was waiting for it. Come on, I set you up for it.
I know you did. I was forget this.
Mohawk, Riverside, and Shannock have all clinched in this section. The winner of this game gets the 4th spot. In Section 2, South Allegheny, Avonworth, South Park, Keystone Oaks, they're all playoff bound. In the Section 3, Valley, Burrell, and Shadyside have clinched. The winner today from Freeport and East Allegheny gets the number 4 bid. And then the Section 4, Mount Pleasant, Waynesburg, Greensburg, Salem, and McGuffey have all clinched. If York wins today, they I believe they need a win and help, but they would be the 5th team. So we have the potential for a play-in game in the playoffs for Class 3A. And those brackets coming out, Lee?
Friday, I believe so.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah, softball might. I thought Friday also for softball, but I could be wrong. We're getting Brad shaking his head, yes.
And it's usually at a weird time. It's usually like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, maybe we'll get Don Rebel on the hook and we'll see exactly what the plan is.
I can text them in between innings during our melee minute.
So here's Campoli, first pitch, right down the middle, cold strike.
He kind of bows his head of like, should have swung at that one. Might be the best pitch you see.
The corner's in, playing for double play.
As they should. Jammed them again. This is going to go out. Foul territory. Hit the blacktop here, the road right beside the baseball park. That's always been just an interesting concept to me that there's a road right beside the ballpark, and people still decide to park right beside the ballpark.
Well, it's a big fence, big net.
Every week, there was one game last year. The number of vehicles and the shed down here, the building for storage, how many times it got hit in that one game? It was like 6-7 times.
I've learned my lesson over the years.
Sometimes it's okay to park far away. 1-2 pitch here. Contact to the right side. It's going to be a tough play off the glove of Kennedy, and that's going to plate the run. So it's going to be, unfortunately, I think he had an opportunity to make that one there, so it would be an E on the second baseman, Kennedy.
Yeah, and I will give a little credit to that error to the lip. I think that ball in the second hop with a little bit of spin, I think it hit right off the lip between the grass and the dirt. Didn't help it, but unfortunately, yes, that is going to be an E4. And here's one where I have trouble because it's an error. You shouldn't be able to give an RBI, but that run was going to score no matter what. I have a tough time technically not giving an RBI.
Yep. But bases are still loaded. That's going to bring up Tyler Ross here. Or sorry, Trey Ross, my apologies. He fouls that first one off. Yeah, the grass in this infield cut a little bit shorter this time around. Notorious for Sanders Field to have some really neat hops off the grass, let alone bunting. Contact ripped to the right side. This could be trouble. Landis is going to track it. Nope, it's going to go all the way to the fence. That's going to plate one. They're going to try and send the second one. Throw comes in at second. That's going to plate 2 runs. Good contact there by Ross.
Yeah, that one smoked off the bat, and then one hops the fence down the right field line. Really no chance for Landis out there in right field. And that's the big inning that Shenango did not have. They had a 2-run, what was it, 5th or 6th inning yesterday, but 3 runs here in the 3rd. Broken this one open, 4-0. They now lead.
Yeah, so far the offense for the Wolverines, it hasn't been there. So these runs it almost feels like double at times.
And I thought maybe the infield might play in this situation, but they're going to concede the run and try to get this out.
First pitch swing right in the wheelhouse here at the press box. But the plate is Anarok.
Are you not impressed, Limo?
I'm impressed by everybody. Nobody flinched.
You know why? Because it wouldn't have hit us. It would have gone right between Brad and myself.
You know what? I'm sitting here. This is the first time this window was open. I just now realized that middle window's open. That could have been dangerous.
When he files this one back, now you will
going to react.
Yeah, there's a little hole in that.
There's 2 of them on the corners. Thank goodness they're over in the corners.
I'm looking at this big one right at eye level.
Thumbs up on that. That's being worked on as well.
Yes.
Don't worry about that. 1-1 count. Fouled off to the right side, so we had one to the left and now to the right.
I have a nice hard window in front of me, so.
Speaking of cars, just saw a van get hit right next to the Shenango bus.
There you go.
On that foul ball, so right on cue.
All right.
We'll give credit to this Sanders Field here. It's one of the oldest WPIAL, and it hasn't changed much. Not much.
Time granted, and one of my favorite factoids, the lights that are over at the Little League field used to be here at Sanders Field, but where were they before that?
I wonder.
Does Limo know?
I believe the football field?
No, it was not the football field. It was a much more important field.
I know you told me that before. And
well, you got me stumped now too, because I thought
all
the
right.
football field.
It was a Forbes field.
Oh, I do remember that one now. Man, you're bringing out articles from the past. That's a blast from the past right there.
So where was it?
Forbes Field.
Forbes Field.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I remember that now.
Yes, the old Buccos Field.
And I know there's a website out there that will definitely have that article.
Wow.
What was it? www.ecbaseball.com.net. I know that. That's where I got the article from. A little bit of history there. So full count here with still 1 out. Jammed, but contact down that line. And usually, you get close to that third baseline, it's going to be a foul ball, as it is. So we'll reset here, 3-2 still.
That was pitch number what officially there?
We got officially 54 on Andrews right now. And you said it. One of these teams was going to come out aggressive, and either it was going to hurt them or prevail. And so far, Shenango's producing runs and getting that pitch count up on Andrews.
First run scored in the Mohawk game. Bases loaded, nobody out. They bring in Bobby Fadden, and he walks in a run. Not a good look for Mohawk. Great look for nearby Riverside.
So that pitch misses there, and once again, bases are loaded. And we're going to see, what is this, the 6th or 7th hitter now for Shenango in this inning.
8th. It is the 8th batter and the 8th one of the inning with 1 down.
Might want to get that pitcher ready here for Ellwood.
You'll find out real quick in your wheelhouse with bullpen right down the left field line here.
And we have a courtesy runner there.
Ziegler, number 4.
Yep.
He ran a couple times yesterday.
It's your Castle Asphalt courtesy runner. Do the courteous thing for your potential clients. They may regret making the trip. Make sure your sidewalks, make sure your pavement is all up to date.
Infield in the whole way around now.
Yep, I was just going to say that, Lee. Everybody's in now.
Okay.
Good strike pitch there by Andrews.
Oh, it took a lot off that off-speed pitch.
Yes, he did.
Tell you what, part of that, though, too, I mean, that could have been like an intentional walk. See if you can get him to chase with an open base now, and now you do have the force anywhere you want.
That time a little bit up high.
Of course, DJ had one of those hits, though, earlier.
Yeah.
5 hits in the game, 3 in the inning right now for Shenango as Graham requests time.
The game inside of the game.
So I thought both batters, for both teams yesterday, did a great job of making sure they were not standing in that box too long.
Swung at there in the third. That's going to make the count 1-2 in favor of Andrews.
We couldn't stay too long in the box with Jimmy Rowe out there yesterday.
I was in that dugout telling him, hey, listen, guys, whatever you got to do to slow it down. It's a 1-2 pitch here, 1 out, bases loaded. Contact back up the middle. This is going to be tough. It's going to be a drop, line drive, single. Oh, get past the glove of Cuevas in center field. That's going to play another run. So that'll be a base hit single, and then unfortunately an error there on center field. That's going to play 2 runs magically just like that. 5-0 Shenango.
Yeah, so only 1 up RBI. Cuevas was going to come up throwing, but bad thing there is he forgot the ball.
Good piece of hitting, though, for Graham. Didn't try to kill it, just got a piece of it, floated it out in that Bermuda's Triangle there in center field. And that's going to be the end here today. Throwing for Andrews, we will have a pitching change. And it is going to be Isaiah Lutz. We'll get you the full change. Let's step aside for a moment. This is a red zone pitching change here on Lawrence County SportsNet and ESI.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
You guys ready? Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Here at Shenango, the teachers and staff love their Wildcats. In the classroom, or wearing the blue and gold, we have their back, and we wish the Cats the best this season.
This video is brought to you by the Shenango Area Education Association.
So here are your defensive changes for Ellwood City. Isaiah Lutz will move from short to the mound. Lake goes from third to short. Kennedy from second to third. Landis from right to second. And Matt Kelly enters the game in Owen Andrews' spot out in right field. Lee Moan, if I can get down in the graphic, you can definitely get that on your little chart over there?
I got it on my chart. It's perfectly done over here. Got to be creative at times.
So 1 in the 3rd innings thrown here today, and now it's going to be runners on the corners for Isaiah Lukes coming in. Only, I believe, his 3rd appearance on the season, Brad.
Yep. And with that fielding error there in center field, that officially makes the score 6-0. Just a little update there, 6-0 on the scoreboard. And Isaiah Lukes, we saw, and to add to what we talked about in the pregame, he not only pitched a complete game and really good game, he pitched on senior day. So that was a great combo for him, and it was a nice and joyous day to see that one 10-0 in victory of the Wolverines. And there's a first pitch swing right down the baseline. It's fair. This is going to be trouble. It's going to be a stand-up double, and that's going to plate another run.
Wow. Hot shot grounder right down the line there by Jimmy Rowe, and Shenango has now batted through the lineup as Santangelo will come to the plate, and he kicked this one off. He's actually made the only out of the inning.
Yeah, he had a rough day at the plate yesterday also. He was 0 for 6 yesterday. So you know he's due.
First pitch swing in there, miss. Makes count 0-1 for Santangelo.
6 runs in the inning now for the Cats.
Jammed, but hit there. Good catch by the third baseman, Kennedy. Finally get her second out. Runners do not advance, and they get back quickly.
Big out there for Ellwood City.
Unfortunate for Santangelo is he's now 0 for 9 in the series and has both outs in here in this inning.
But if he makes the playoffs, I'm sure he's not going to care.
Yes.
Exactly.
As much.
Remind you, we'll have our Maley Minute coming up here between innings, and this one rides inside. And how about that? Sam Patton, we talked about it earlier. Maley getting hit for the 9th time. That's now 11 times Patton has been hit. Incredible.
Next up for Shenango.
We're lucky that Maley Minute didn't happen now. It'd be the Maley Hour. How long this inning's taking right now.
4-0 in the middle of the 3rd inning. Riverside leading Mohawk.
That game's about done. And the only reason I say that because Riverside, before yesterday's game, gave up 14 runs all year.
Yeah. They're the real deal. That is for sure.
The question is, what pitching do they have? As I mean, you got Lucarelli, but he's not throwing. You have Garvin available today. Hare threw yesterday. He's thrown great all year, but
they got another sophomore.
Freshman, I believe that's
yeah. Actually, I think you're right. The freshman, yeah. Yeah, Coach Ollie Asher he's an amazing coach down there. Love talking to him. Wearing the batting helmet on it.
Wise. I wish more would.
2-0 count here. Contact back up the middle of the Cuevas. He's going to have to track this one down. Takes a couple steps. Comes in, makes the catch. So the 3rd out there, but not before Shenango. Plates 6, 7-0 Shenango.
And it is time now for our Maley Minute. So let's put it on the clock and let's talk about the teams here, Lee. We'll just go off the cuff and talk a little bit about the teams that we have here in Lawrence County. Let's start with Neshannock. They did it again yesterday, and it's a 1-2 punch. They've only had 4 runs all season long.
And they knocked off the #1 team in 5A yesterday. And if you look, they did that yesterday. The day before. Last year, they beat them 10-0 last year also.
Yes, they did.
So this is an incredible Neshannock team that's just on fire, and they're definitely the favorite in 2A.
The Class 3, I believe Neshannock is playing Mohawk today in softball, and that's one of the top teams in Class 3A, though they suffered just their 3rd loss of the year. Their losses have come to Laurel, Central Valley in the section finale, and Union yesterday. So that Mohawk team, a strong batting team, but Union, they fought and came back in that win. Union trying to make it 3 straight.
Yeah, Union's had a phenomenal year last year. They should be the #1 seed coming in for the playoffs coming in on Friday.
You also have Ellwood City 3 losses on the year, correct, Brad?
Yep.
2 of them are to Mohawk. The other one in that Central Valley team. This section has been pretty tough all year long.
That's a good hit Ellwood team, too.
Yes, very good.
And they got caught. It was senior night there against Central Valley, and they got caught there, unfortunately, taking that loss. And that Central Valley team, that's a streaky team. They got hot, and they actually, they went and defeated their Mohawk there to get that 8th win in section. So you don't want to play any team for that matter between those 3, but there's some youth, but there's also some strength in that experience between Nardone and Amber McQuistion's pitching there well for Ellwood City. So we'll have to see.
And real quick, Wilmington, there's no clinchings in District 10, but Wilmington should make the playoffs. They're currently second place in their section in Class 2A. They got a big game here today, both baseball and softball, big games to try to secure second place. There's your Melee Minute, brought to you by Melee Chiropractic, keeping you in the game as we keep you informed of what's going on in the softball world across Lawrence County. And no, it's never a minute, Brad. The Melee Minute Plus.
Have you ever heard of Thad, Dad, and Brad? Nothing's ever a minute. Any of the games that we go to are never a minute. We're used to it by now.
1 minute post-game show, 5 hours later. Yeah. We've been there. So what, got Landis, Cuevas, and Biscup here due up in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Can't get them all at once, Brad. You just got to chip away one little run at a time if you're Ellwood here.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a little bit of help in your favor too. If you can get a little grounder, maybe it goes underneath the glove, you take with a grain of salt and maybe get we just need a runner on base.
And since Biscup, who led off the game with the walk, it's been 6 straight outs recorded by Malley, but this is kind of how things went yesterday too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now 2-2. Landis, 4 ribbies on the season. One of the 3 juniors. 2 seniors, 3 juniors, 4 sophomores, and a freshman.
Yep, and the one lone lefty on the team.
Was battling here. Count full here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's all you, Brad.
Yep, 3-2 pitch come from Malley. Andis inside, gets that ball 4, and there you go. There's a little bit of a break. Get that first base runner of the inning.
Maybe not Barney Rubble for Ellwood City. Maybe not Barney Rubble trouble for Mohawk. A 2-run home run for A.J. Verdi. It's now 4-2 in the 3rd inning of that one.
Okay. Contact, first pitch swing there by Cuevas. Throw is up and high. Does he come down? No, they're going to say the foot was off the bag. I agree with that one. Very stern, quick, safe call there.
Yeah, Dave Craycraft all over it there, the base umpire, and that one, though it is an E6, that is all because of the speed coming out of the box of Cuevas, the freshman, forcing the quick throw. Santangelo knew he had to throw it quickly, Lee, and ends up going airmail on it.
Yeah, it was a slow hit ball. Like you said, he had to do everything very, very quickly, but unfortunately the air ball, and now Ellwood City in business. Don't have to get them all back here in this inning.
We talked about Jacob Biscup, and batting average coming in was .419 yesterday, and that OBP up over 550 range. Hit several times over the 10 mark, and contact back up the middle. Play fear off the glove, the shortstop. And that one probably would have been a potential fielder's choice there at second base, so I'm going to assume that one right again. Another error. But
I'm going single.
You're going single?
I'm going single. We got thumbs up to our left, too.
I'm okay with being overridden by the thumbs up.
Yeah, and part of the reason
was left on that.
It was a tough run.
And again, part of the reason for it is similarly why I was debating on the ground ball that Kennedy hit off his glove. It hit right off of the lip, and I think Santangelo thought he was behind it, but he really wasn't.
And just like that, bases loaded, nobody out. And one of the hottest bats at the top of the lineup, Isaiah Lutz, right around that 400 mark. Just give me a line drive, and all of a sudden this could be changed. Oh, there's a ground ball, and that's through the hole. This is going to be a tough play. No play. Base hit there for Lutz. Just like that, you played a run. It's 7-1.
Great job by Coach Wise making sure he got Cuevas to not leave the bag, as that was really the only play was Santangelo maybe trying to backdoor Cuevas at third. Back-to-back infield singles, and now Ellwood City's on the board.
And still with nobody out, and that's going to get a conference trip to the mound.
Another LGKG consultation out there on the mound.
And by the way, I made a consultation with the Hall of Famer Don Rebel, and he says the brackets for softball is on Thursday.
Ooh, okay. Did he
Baseball,
say time?
Baseball's Friday. No, he did not say time. I did not ask time. Check the Trib Live, TribHSS.
Come on, you've been doing this for how many years now, Lee?
TribLive.com.
TribHSSN.TribLive.com. Get it right, Lee.
I will say,
I'm still used to MSASports.com.
There we go.
It's a lot simpler.
Yeah. That 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock window I love because
it's anywhere between 12 and 2.
And I like that because it's during the school day.
Yeah.
Which gives them an opportunity to watch the brackets live stream and
You got it.
sit as a team. Pitch misses up high, 1-0 count here, and
which you will see that too.
Yeah.
Mr. Rebel, make sure he said have people tweet in to say
That's
who's
awesome.
watching.
Pitch swung at up high. This could be right to the bleachers. Wow. A foot over that fence line.
Yeah, it didn't get out of play by much. Again, a lot of foul territory over here down the lines, both first and third, a little more down the third base line.
And there's Jordan Keller there at the plate, and he's been a double machine the past 2 or 3 games. I want to say he's got 4 doubles in the past 3 games alone, if in a triple. So
6 doubles on the year.
Pitch misses up high, 2-1 count here.
I mentioned Jordan Keller being on the golf team, and I mentioned that to Coach Wise. He says, don't mention that because he doesn't know where he's going to hit the ball. But he is on the golf team. So.
And he's by far their number 1. And he's done some really good stuff, and he's right around that 36, 39 range on most golf courses.
Gentlemen, remind me which Ellwood City golfer it was that holed out from 140 yards or something on the last hole to qualify
make the
for
playoffs. Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
right. If we had internet in the box, I'd look at.
Contact to the shortstop or second baseman. Throw to second in time, but nope. They're gonna say double play.
Man, both were bang bang at second and at first. It will score a run, but no RBI, as it is a 4-6-3 double play to get Keller, and they were both very, very close.
Boy, how about that turn from Ross to Santangelo? Had to be quick, perfect throws.
Not batting for Ellwood, number 3.
Well, that takes the air out a little bit.
Does still score a run, no RBI. What is the reasoning behind that? A double play can't get an RBI. I don't get it. That's neither here nor there, then.
Hey, I didn't make the rules.
It is kind of confusing because if you don't go into the definition, runs, batted, in. That's what he did.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Pitch down low makes the count 2-0 in favor of Aaron Lake, and he's hit 2 home runs, both of them here, and one pretty much the left center field, and then one off the WPIAL championship banner on the scoreboard. Again, it's either strike or hit or miss.
3-0, and you wonder if you can give him the green light now. And it kind of feels like maybe Jason Malley being a little cautious with an empty base. 2 empty bases out there, really. Right now, if you're Lake, you just want to hit some green and get that 3rd run in. You can see the respect there, though. How about a 3-0 breaking ball?
So there's your ball in the outside corner for ball 4. That'll plate Lake now at first and third, 2 outs here. An opportunity for that 5th hitter, and that's number 5, Nate Kennedy.
Now, you alluded to it, Nate Kennedy being the kind of the hot bat right now.
Yep, not extra base hits, but this is that crunch time, and yesterday he had a couple crunch times on the mound.
Yeah, that's why he got our MVP Insurance MVP T-shirt yesterday.
Absolutely.
Spectacular on that mound to finish that one. Contact, tough play here for the shortstop throw. It's going to hop and off the glove, and that's going to be, unfortunately, short change. So it's going to be an error on the shortstop. Short throw, and that's going to play to run.
And never hesitating at first base was Aaron Lake, going first to third on that errant throw as well.
And why he did not go to second, I have no idea. He had plenty of time to get that throw over to second. I thought would be at least a better choice.
You know what? With a longer throw, it's tough to say that. You're going in the opposite direction. You know that you have a bigger lead with 2 outs. A lot of players end up being taught that that's the way to go. I don't always agree with it, but essentially you know that you have the same amount of time no matter what going to first, where you may have not as much time. And think about the last double play ball lead that he barely got it to second base. He might be thinking in his head his only play is at first.
I'm not out there. Just
That'll bring up Will Nardone, and we talked about it in the first inning. Not the best at bat, but he had a big one yesterday, batting in 2 runs on pace on the mound, but 2 RBIs yesterday in that, what was it, 4th inning, I believe?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, very athletic family. Sister Angie playing volleyball at Westminster.
All over the place.
And
6th
also,
RBI of the year, by the way, with those 2 yesterday.
Yeah. Also, Adrian playing softball at Colgate. And Angie and Adrian played against each other for softball.
Yes. Yes, they did.
Since Adrian played at North Catholic.
Contact foul out of play.
And didn't they come up with a shirt, the half North Catholic and half Ellwood shirt, if I'm not mistaken?
I
for
believe
the game?
they did.
So that's a couple of players in this area then playing softball at Colgate. With isn't Nalia Noge at Colgate?
No, she's Fordham.
Fordham.
That way. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, it's upstairs. Tough to tell from our angle, but it's a breaking ball that crossed just above the letters.
I agree with you, Jason. I thought it was a strike.
It's one of the pitcher I would want, I tell you that much.
Yeah.
Pitch inside, ball 4, and
that was a frustration pitch there.
Yes, it was.
Gave a little bit of extra there, and now bases loaded again.
And that paid. That unfortunately threw a little bit out of rhythm there. I think that was a little frustration pitch. Now Mr. Everything up.
So Shenango had 12 batters in the top of the 3rd. This is the 9th of the bottom of the 3rd for Ellwood City. This is about what scoreline, at least, we kind of expected going into this.
First pitch drops in on the corner, called strike 1.
At this rate, I don't think I'm going to be making the game. End of the game.
That one up high, evens the count 1-1. It looks like we got a bullpen opportunity here for Shenango.
Look at the lead that Kennedy's getting at second base.
Yeah, there's a big gap
Look
right up the
at
middle.
that go.
Wow. And if I'm Joseph Roth, that window, that's if you get it right over the pitcher, that's going to be trouble.
See if we can get a look here with the cameras. Working from the windup, you can get a huge secondary there at second base. Look how far his primary lead is already. And now he'll get even more. Good job to fight off another one there, though, by Roth. Count remains 22.
20 feet away from third base by the time Roth swings the bat. Ground ball in the infield might get him in.
That's what you should be thinking, absolutely.
Just staying alive here. Ball just trickles down that first baseline foul.
Hey,
wow.
Hey, huge props, Joe Campoli, not going and grabbing it, letting it go as far as it could to see if, with all that English off the end of the bat, if it would somehow magically roll back into fair territory.
And you can see Roth definitely not 100% as he's running up that line. Boy, I'd almost want to stop him, try to pick off Kennedy at second base.
I always wanted to pick off play as the center fielder to come running in. But
contact back up the middle. It's going to hang up there long enough for center fielder. He will make the catch. So unfortunately, that'll stop the bleeding here a little bit on the Wolverines end. But they do score 3 to get in on the action. It's 7-3 now, Shenango.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Both teams leaving the bases loaded there, Brad, in the third inning. 6 runs on the board for Shenango, 3 for Ellwood City. Still plenty of game left, 7-3 at the end of 3 innings of play.
Yeah, if you're Ellwood City, you feel pretty good scoring 3 runs in that inning. And then all of a sudden you look at it, you left the bases loaded, and you just creep over that left shoulder of that scoreboard, and it's 7-3. Still plenty of time. We've said it, 13 innings yesterday. I don't think 13 today. But who knows? It just takes 1 inning to change that.
I'm thinking 13.
I was waiting for you to say 21, but
I won't be here for 13, so.
So Isaiah Lutz still pitching here for the Wolverines on the mound. Got out of the jam last inning. And at the plate is number 15, his counterpart, that being Jason Malley. Inside. Has Malley get ahead now 2-0 on Lutz. Isaiah started his freshman year at the second base and shortstop. He rotated back between the two and kind of fitted right in at that shortstop position. And first time in 2.5 years that we've seen him pitch. And here we are. Biggest game of the season, still pitching.
Yeah, you say Lutz in Ellwood City, you say Lutz. Slippery Rock. You say Lutz and Butler.
All over the place.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those here. Now, let's see. You can ask Widmeyer. Some people say Widmeyer, Widmeyer.
Yeah.
We'll just call him Wid.
I like it.
Contact again. That's going to be probably the shed.
Yeah, sometimes you don't know about, the coach says one thing and your parent says another, and so you use the Landy Fratteri trick. You go to the player and say, how do you say your name? And that's what you go with.
Lee, but that doesn't work when you go and ask one of my students a couple years ago, and she said, I don't care, however you want to say it. Said all, how do you want it said?
Right.
And what'd she say? I don't care. Thanks, Emily.
Pitch up high, swing and a miss. Strike 3 there for Isaiah Lutz, getting in on the strikeout.
First strikeout for either team today, and if I'm not mistaken, there was only a combined 5 or 6 strikeouts between the two teams in 13 innings yesterday. Both these teams put the bat on the ball.
Yeah, I think that shows the desperation by both teams, knowing that you get a win. That goes a long way to getting that playoffs. And whoever gets one of these two teams in playoffs, good luck. It's going to be an interesting ride for 3A Section 1, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you would expect each of these teams will be a double-digit seed for sure. Probably, a 12, 13, 14, but we'll find out on Friday.
And everybody has a number 1 pitcher.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what makes that first round very interesting.
I remember it's probably about 10 years ago now, and the Shannock, I think, had 1 loss all year, but they got as a 16 seed against them. I'll finish that thought in a moment.
Contact there to Kennedy. Throw just barely beats him in the bag. That's Campoli out there at first.
Yeah, maybe took a little bit too much time there to Landis at second, but got the out. To finish the thought, though, on that one, I still remember the kid's last name was Fisher, and he had like a .60 ERA. And how you were the 16 seed? Well, I didn't have a number 2 pitcher, and that was before the pitch count days, so he was just going all the time.
Yeah.
Going a full 7 innings every time he got a chance to pitch, and basically they won every game that he pitched and lost every game he did. And I think it went 8 innings walk-off on a passed ball. So any given day, anything can happen come playoff time.
And that's why they changed the rules to put those baseball games like every back-to-back or
for the quarters and semis, especially. Yeah,
so
I love it.
You can't throw your number 1. which is the right thing to do because teams were riding their number one the whole way to a championship.
Well, we were all talking in the booth here before the game. We want to see the series in the playoffs.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe not necessarily the whole way through, but
championship series, yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm surprised I haven't seen this more often. Non-section game for Shenango. Didn't they have they use 7 different pitchers, 1 inning each or something like that?
They did. They did just to make sure that everybody was available if needed, and everybody got an inning. It's almost like using it like an extra bullpen session.
Yeah. If you're that higher seed, you may. I don't think coaches will be persuaded to do it, but that would be kind of interesting. 2 innings, 1 inning, just get in, get your pitch count low, and if you have offense though, if you can get scores, runs.
If you remember a few years back, maybe. I think it was the Oakland A's did that 3 innings apiece. They tried the closer for the whole game. Every 3 innings, throw somebody different.
It makes my statistics fun when you can get a lot more of those 3-inning saves that way. Works fine for me. Now, if we had every game changer operator be as good as Brad Winhurst of getting the stats correct, I can't tell you how many times I've seen a kid throw 1 out in a 10-0 game and be credited with a save.
I do make my mistakes. Not very often, but I try to keep it to a minimum. So
no
pitch
there.
No. Good strikeout by Lutz. And, hey, how about that? 6 runs in the 3rd inning. You come back and you pitch a shutout. 0 up on that board. Big inning for the Wolverines.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services in over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
So 7-3 your score here as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Let's get a quick out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Washington
Newcastle
Transit Authority.
Yeah.
It's now 5-2 Riverside leading over Mohawk in the 5th. So that's a win and you're the section champion game. This is a win and you're in game. Brad, you just alluded to it. That's a huge 1-2-3 inning defensively for Ellwood.
Yep. And now you transition to offense and you got to get something going here. And got Sam Landis, the lefty, the one lefty in the lineup for the Wolverines. And Mally's up to 58 pitches now officially. Still pretty efficient so far. Now there's your base hit, contact line drive to the left side here by Landis. So good contact and a big hit there, and we'll see what we can do.
You mentioned yesterday Cuevas only picked up his 3rd hit yesterday of the year. So you see if they're going to have him bunting or swinging away.
I think good at least. I mean, still got plenty of game left. Wouldn't have a bad idea to try to manufacture another run here to just chip away, but down 4, probably swinging away. Same time, though, Lee, I might be thinking, too, with his speed, he lays down a bunt. He could do kind of what was it Biscuit yesterday with the sack bunt that turned into a hit.
The dugout yesterday was talking about it, trying to do a slap bunt, and I said, that's not a good idea. And then it turned out that he kind of had a grounder there that he almost ran in and out. It drops. And
sounds like you have a lot of pull in that dugout, Brad.
I hear things. I react to things. I that's the one place I will keep my mouth shut, though. No, it's enjoyable. It is. You never. I mean, being in the bleachers is one thing. Being up here is one thing. Going down in that dugout, hearing the camaraderie, the team coming together, and going from real quiet and all of a sudden a base hit, and that just changes everything. Pitch misses again, so full count.
You don't want to lose him here.
No, you don't. Not saying.
No, you don't want to turn that order over.
Exactly. Nailed it. You nailed it.
And plus put Cuevas on.
Yep. Big opportunity for the Wolverines. Pitch misses outside again.
One breaking ball again.
Yeah.
He's been throwing a lot of breaking pitches.
I'm not sure the 2-2 pitch, if it was a breaking ball, but he's been dropping down sidearm on his last couple, and that's what's led to whether it's an intentional breaking ball or not, it's acting like a slider cutter.
Correct.
And that's why he missed those last 3 all outside.
It makes you wonder, not necessarily fatigue, but, well, first pitch swing by Biscup, and that is not what you want to do.
Infield fly is the call, and Biscup aggressive. He was first pitch swinging his last at bat as well, but maybe, again, that's one that you want to be a little more patient because you need, hey, again, if nothing else, you're extending at bats. You're extending this pitch count now at 66 pitches.
I guarantee if Brad was in the dugout, he wouldn't have swung at that.
No, I would not have. And it just seems different when a pitcher comes into that 5th and 6th inning versus that 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Contact back up the middle. First pitch swinging again at bat. Nice catch there in center field by Grayson Hooks, and back-to-back pitches.
That one was hit hard, but the old Adam bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And again, one of the other things so you got to take into account, this is the 7th appearance for Malley on the year, and he came into this game throwing 9 2/3 innings. Even Lee Moan can do that math. We'll let the math teacher stay out of this one. While he's working on the abacus over there, we'll let you know. That's less than 2 innings per outing.
Did he borrow that from Don Rimmel?
Who borrowed it from me.
No, yeah. Get that straight.
Oh, man. Pitch pretty much clears the entire helmet of Lutz, and Keller, and he gets back just.
And the only younger generation that knows anything about an abacus is James Dawson's students.
But the thing is, they don't anymore because old Abby got transferred down to HSSN Studios.
Yeah.
That's her new home.
Yeah, and you break it out during the football season.
Yeah.
So there's your first pickoff attempt there at second. We talked about it. Different runner, but still a lead nonetheless.
But that's not the famed Shazi inside move.
Yeah, no.
Now 3-0 the count, though, to Keller.
Yeah, Shazi's fine with that.
An old timing move. Every team's got some variation of it. And I'll tell you what, if you're playing Lawrence County baseball, you need to have some sort of pickoff move like that. Really to every base. Hitters count here, Brad. 3-1.
Yep, definitely swinging. Right up the middle, good contact. This could be interesting. They're going to hold San Landis. So base hit right back up the middle. Base is loaded, and good contact on 2 outs by Keller.
Interesting, Coach Wise choosing to hold him, but you know you got a strong arm out there in center field. And also knowing that this run, while yes, it would have been nice, you need a bunch.
Yep.
You need to string hits together. Yes, that would have been nice to have, but you're going to take what you can get here. And I think also part of it, too, not the greatest jump. Actually going back to the bag at the time was Landis there at second, or running from second base. So play it safe. You got a single. Now let your big dog eat.
Your courtesy runner out there?
They did not. Yeah, they kept Keller, the catcher, at first there, so no courtesy.
Okay.
Shenango's coaching staff, though, looked like they were making a discussion for something. I was thinking they might be making some sort of change.
Well, and this is maybe the other reason why Chris Wise, the head coach for the Wolverines, held back. Aaron Lake here, we said it. He can hit contact.
And now what's going on?
I got a question. First base coach Brad Welsh here coming over.
I'm guessing something to do about the possibly balking that maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I think you're right there, Lee.
Something he might be doing, might not be doing.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. We'll keep an eye on that one. Meanwhile, 1-0 pitch here, 2 outs to Aaron Lake. 0 for 1 today. Oh, hits a screamer. This is going to be deep, but right to about 10 feet short of the fence line for the 3rd out. Nice catch once again. Give credit center fielder Grayson Hooks. 2 big catches there in center field in that inning.
Yeah, and just got under it there, did Aaron Lake. 3 more runners left on the bags. We'll stay 7-3. Back in a moment.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Let's take a look at your Newcastle Transit Authority out-of-town scoreboard right now with Lee Moan and Brad Winterhurst alongside. 18-6, Union about to secure another undefeated baseball championship. Neshannock has given up their 5th run of the year in softball, but they lead Mohawk 8-1 in non-section play. The other softball game going on, Wilmington trailing Greenville. Actually, that's Wilmington baseball trailing Greenville 2-0. Wilmington softball. Get that score back up. They lead Sharpsville 7-3 in that contest. Ellwood City taking on Laurel. That game just underway. Laurel leading Ellwood City 2-0 in that softball game. Neshannock against Quaker Valley. That game's still scoreless as Neshannock has clinched a playoff bid here from Section 2. That one is going into the bottom of the 7th inning, still scoreless. Big one between the Quakers and the Lancers. Maybe a bit of a shocker there. We'll keep an eye on that one. And up the road in Bessemer, in the bottom of the 5th inning, it is Riverside 5, Mohawk 2 in the battle for first place. Here as we get to the top of the 5th inning, the battle for the final spot here for the Class 3A Section 1. Ellwood City, though, leaving the bases loaded the last 2 innings, Brad.
Yeah, they've stranded 7 now.
Yep, and that's the difference in this one so far, 7-3. One team capitalizing on bases loaded, and Ellwood City, unfortunately, not. So we still have Isaiah Lutz out there. That was his 22nd pitch. He will pretty much go the rest of the way if needed. At the plate, there's Anorak, my apologies. 0 for 1 today. It makes you wonder when you have kind of those long, drawn-out innings, not familiar at the pitching mound, Isaiah Lewis. Wonder what that does with the mentality of it, getting back out there and doing something you're not necessarily used to.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, only his 4th appearance officially on the mound this year, but thrown 6 2/3 innings coming into this game. Most of those innings coming in the start on Senior Day. Nice job painting the outside corner there, though. He's got good velocity. He's got a good mix as well.
Yep, sitting here, 3-2, full count pitch here. Just misses there, and well, that plates the first runner of the inning for Shenango.
I guess we'll probably get that courtesy runner. Should be Houck.
DJ Graham.
See, Tyler Houck's going to be our courtesy runner.
Appears so. Gives us hey, we got to give a quick shout-out, by the way. I got to give the color commentary award here to both these teams in their uniforms. The pinstripe uniforms, I love the blue-grays for Shenango, and Lee, I know, loves more than anything, at least the fact we do have white and gray out here today, unlike yesterday.
I'll give credit to the baseball boosters. The Wolverines, these are brand new jerseys this year. It kind of got the Mets blue color scheme, and it works. It works. Line drive, fly ball to center field. Cuevas, couple steps over the right, he'll make the catch for the first out.
Actually, that's Ziegler out there. That's the courtesy runner.
Number 6, Jimmy Rowe.
Yes, that's correct. Ziegler. Yeah, Ziegler was for the catcher. Houck was the runner for the pitcher.
Okay.
So first time DJ Graham getting the start today. Has been retired.
Yeah, pretty good coming up to that one. It was 2 for 2.
Yeah, got a good story on Houck and trying to get him back in the game.
Beautiful breaking ball there from Lutz, and again, showing the command.
Of course, if you're Brad, since you're an Ellwood broadcaster, you don't want to see Houck come back in the game as a courtesy runner.
I'll try to be as neutral as I can be.
You're doing okay.
Hey, Lee's just happy because he can finally appropriately say that Kelly is in the field.
Yeah.
He did not go. I agree with that one there. I think he held just in time. So make the count 1-2.
Yeah, our roster just not correct here.
Well, you said part of it with the uniforms. There's 3 different sets of uniforms, right, Brad?
Yeah. That's going to change. That's another thumbs up. Contact here. Tough play off right in front of the base. Kennedy.
The foul ball.
And that's a tough one because of it bounced in fair territory, but it's where the ball then crosses the bag, which is obviously tough for any umpire, whether you're a third base umpire or first base umpire.
No, that's not where it crosses the bag, is if it crosses the bag.
Right. Right. And in that case it did, so therefore Limo.
Yes.
It's tough. I'll never knock it, but having 2 umpires versus 3.
Oh, huge
it's a big difference for playoffs.
I personally thought that was fair from my angle, but I'm not right on the line.
It was close, that's for sure.
Oh, without a doubt it was.
Because, I mean, basically, as an umpire, if you're doing it right, you got to think about, okay, where did that ball last bounce, and then where did it hit the glove, draw an imaginary line, and did it cross over the base? Good luck.
Oh, what a snap there by Lutz, and a double play! Woo-hoo! I may call this one for you guys. That may be a play of the game, potentially. I know they're not on the right side of the play or the scoreboard, but Isaiah Lutz, line drive right back to him, double play to first.
Definitely a Melee Chiropractic nominee.
There we go.
Absolutely, and that ends the inning as well. So, second double play that Jimmy Rowe has been a part of, unfortunately for him. Ellwood City hanging on to the bottom of the 5th inning. We go back in a moment. Glad to be on the call with LC Sportsnet and Ellwood City Sports.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Kennedy.
Little life in that Ellwood City dugout, Brad Winhurst.
Absolutely. Good back-to-back zeros up on the board there for Shenango. It's going to help. See, big play there by Lutz on the mound. Maybe that'll translate to some hits here. Coming to the bottom of the lineup. Hasn't produced much yet, but still 5th inning. There you go. Unfortunately, that fly ball contact there, unfortunately, hasn't gotten out of the infield, and first base makes the catch. One out here quick in the 5th inning.
Batting for number 12, Will Nardone.
Now Nardone to the plate. Kennedy, Nardone, and Roth.
due up here in the inning.
Now he's sitting there at 76 pitches. We'll see if they can stretch him possibly for another inning or not. They did have somebody warming up in the bullpen last inning.
And it's still Laterra out there. He warmed up, it felt like, for all 13 innings yesterday.
Contact by Nardone to the right fielder. A couple steps right to the glove for the second out. So not the good start of the inning here for the Wolverines, and quickly 2 gone.
Yeah, after the 2 up, 2 down. Or it is 2 up, 2 down after last inning, getting out of it with that Web Gem nominee of a double play.
Number 35, Joseph Roth.
Ellwood City. Yeah, well, just 3 or 4 pitches really is all it's been here in this inning, too.
So they'll bring up Joseph Roth here. Pitch outside for ball 1. Joseph Roth, he's going to be participating in the round ball All-Star Classic. I forget what day it is. It's May 20-something, I believe.
Is that the one at Geneva?
I believe so, yeah. Him and Claire Noble for girls basketball for Ellwood City, both of them making that opportunity. Last time, shine there, and we were talking to Joseph Roth last time in the press box. He does not have to worry about anything at OSU until August.
All right.
And then we quickly asked, when do you start swimming? And he's like, August. So it starts right off the bat. He's there for a week and it instantly jumps right into swimming.
And that's all he'll be doing.
Absolutely.
For the first time ever.
I think the on-plate umpire's asking for his autograph there.
Fouled that one off the leg. So, make sure that leg's okay. Gonna be kicking in the pool here soon enough.
Yeah, what a career.
Contact into the shortstop throw here. Plenty of time the first for the third out. So just like that, a 1-2-3 inning for Shenango Wildcats.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294, to discuss your next project.
No two companies create the same way. Toshiba empowers the art of business by uniquely enabling businesses to work with tools designed specifically for them. In a constantly evolving world, business communication must be agile, efficient, and fast. Toshiba is the company that helps you manage it all, from paper to digital to screen and back again. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
To the top of the 6th inning we go. Big thanks, Brad Winhurst, doing the duties here for us, working with ECS. Big shout out to him. Big thanks to Lee Moan coming out for the ball game today before he has to go and be an umpire.
Yeah, it looks like the weather forecast has changed to my likings. Doesn't look like no rain till at least 11 o'clock now, so I'll be able to get my slow pitch 15 and under softball game in.
Lucky you.
Oh, can't wait.
This one inside is going to hit the batter. And that's going to be a leadoff base runner for Shenango with the top of the order here due up.
Yeah, it'll be my first game umpiring in a couple of years, so it should be interesting.
No way to take the rust off the plate by coming and calling a big pivotal baseball game.
Softball. Slow pitch softball.
And then softball tonight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Slow pitch softball tonight. No, I gave up fast pitch softball. I was getting hit too much as that gets it off.
Hits galore in this one. I have unofficially 3 hits on the board for Ellwood City, 7 for Shenango. though the bats have calmed down after that 9-run third inning between the two teams. Here the 1-0 to Sam Patton. He squares the bunt, unable to put it down. Funny thing about the throw behind there was Keller, but able to get back in plenty of time as Santangelo at first. Got to keep an eye on him. Him being Santangelo, 5 stolen bases. Patton also with 5 swiped bags on the year. This one, ground ball chopped over the third baseman's glove. That'll be a base hit in that 6-5 hole. 2 on, nobody out as Santangelo and Patton both reach.
Boy, you'd love to get some more runs here if you're Shenango. Build that lead back up. You once were up 7-0.
Now, if you're me, I don't care if you're my 3-hitter hitting 500. I'm thinking about moving a runner right now.
I agree. He's got a 7-3 lead. That feels comfortable, but if you can balloon it to one or two more runs here, that could kind of seal the deal because so far the Wolverines haven't shown too much on offense.
I'm going to disagree with you. When I got a guys in my number 3 hole going to Cal, I like my chances with a 7-3 lead.
This is where I sound bad because yesterday when they had runner at second, I was thinking the same thing. Just go in contact. Go for contact. I would lie saying that I'm not a big fan of the small ball. I'm not.
Oh, I'm a fan of it, just not right now.
Want to know the count now? 2 hooks, and he rips it, and that's why you want him to bunt, guys. Rounding third, heading towards the plate is Santangelo. He'll get there without a throw, and going first to third is Sam Patton. And that's why you don't listen to Coach Dotson.
That's why you're in the booth instead of coaching. Good RBI hard single there for Grayson Hooks, probably your best hitter on the team.
After Toshiba RBI, visit business.toshiba.com, click Find a Dealer near you, or give Dale a call for all of your printer output devices and digital workflow solutions.
So I'll bring up Malley, 0 for 1 today, but big run there at third and still with nobody out.
A runner goes swinging and foul ball back into the screen. Yeah, Hooks. Only a single there, but leads the team with 9 doubles. That's, I believe, that's second in the county with those 9 doubles. Longer pause this time from Lutz. Runner holds. Even at 1-1. Riverside and Insurance running the 6. They lead 6-2 over Mohawk. 8-3 your score here. Shenango and Ellwood City in the casket game. Win and you're in. Lose and your season comes to an end. This one ripped down the third baseline, but hooking foul.
You went over the bag fair.
But that one didn't bounce before the bag. That is going to be part of the Baseball 101 next year to start the PIAA officiating class, Lee Moan. And guess what? You just lost your invitation to be a guest speaker in that class.
That's all right. You can call Henry.
Do I have to?
Well, if you want a 3-hour class, yeah.
Oh, my students would love it, let me tell you.
3-hour class for the first roll.
Step off throw over to first base, back in plenty of time over there. Is Patton at first? Yeah, Wilmington's going to get that start up for the 2025-26 school year, so not this coming year, but the year after. As this one's driven towards the right center gap, that's going to fall. That's going to be extra bases. Off and running with the pitch was Hooks. He's rounding third, and he'll make his way to the plate with ease. It's a stand-up double for Jason Malley, driving in 2.
All the way to the wall for Malley. Good job going with the pitch. And he's looking for his courtesy runner.
And now you can talk about Mr. Houck.
Is that Mr. Houck?
It is.
Mr. Houck coming on. Age 5, Tyler Houck. He won first place in an art contest, and they donated $1,500 to the Shenango Elementary. Plus, his artwork was featured front page on Turtle Magazine. How about that?
That's impressive.
Yes. And his article was about a rocket so he could fly to the moon.
Unfortunately, for Ellwood fans, fortunately for Shenango fans, that ball felt like it was halfway to the moon, hard off the bat.
Well, the question was what you wish you could see from your window, so that's what he drew. So
I like it.
Yeah, so
we're going to have a red zone pitching change coming up here for Ellwood City. We'll get you the full changes in a moment, as it appears as Mr. Kelly is going to be coming here to the mound. We'll get you the rest of those changes. Brad will have all those for you in a minute because he is the game changer extraordinaire over there. While we do that, Lee, we have some business to take care of here. Completely forgot about it. I actually have to go and message our colleagues up in Bessemer. We have to announce our team of the month as well as our male and female athletes of the month.
I gave you my vote.
Yep.
Yesterday.
We have a panel of 10 members, both in the community and part of our SportsNet team that are part of the voting, and we thank everybody. We had, I think this is the record for most number of nominations that we've ever received in a month. That's great. Please keep sending in those nominations. We'll start with our LCAP team of the month, and there are plenty of nominations to go around, and the winner is the Shenango girls track and field team. They are competing today, as is the Ellwood City boys track and field team, which had many nominations, trust me, as well. They are both competing at Peters Township today in the team championships, but Shenango is the team track and field. The Shenango girls track and field is the LCAP team of the month.
And Jimmy Rowe's little sister, Sarah, part of that track team.
Yeah, she was a big part of the semifinal victory in that one. We need to see if we can try to get an update on that for both Ellwood and Shenango fans here before we sign off for the day. Speaking of Ellwood track and field, Nick Fernitti is the male athlete of the month. Broke the school record earlier this year. Did Nick in the 300 hurdles, and lots of victories on the year, including a part of one of the wins in the semis as well. He is your Red Zone LGKG male athlete of the month.
I'm 2 for 2.
You are 2 for 2. Very good. Do you remember our nominations for the third one, Lee?
No, I don't really, but go ahead.
Because there were a plenty.
I know.
We're gonna let you sit on that one then for a minute.
So what was the third? For the third one was you handed out the boy and the girl. So this is the
and
team?
The third. No. We got the team for Shenango girls.
Okay.
We have the male athlete is Nick Fernitti, and the female athlete of the month is Neshannock's Ava Koski. So another track and field runner. She's broken basically every one of the records she already held at Neshannock in the high jump and the long jump as well. Part of the she was undefeated in the high jump all year long, high jump being her main one, triple jump also part of her repertoire. So there you go. Ava Koski, Nick Fernitti, and Shenango girls track and field are your team and athletes of the month.
3 for 3.
That's why I wanted to see what you had there, Mr. Lino.
Yes, there's I got it right on my phone.
Well done.
Yeah. Not that you listened to me.
Or maybe I did. Breaking ball there from Kelly. Misses downstairs. Count even at 1-1. The rest of the changes when you have a moment there, Brad?
Yeah, please do.
Yep, so Isaiah Lutz there was pitching. He's going to slide to second base as Lake will stay at shortstop. So Lutz now shortstop pitching and second base. Landis will slide all the way back to right field. And then you got Kelly coming in from right field. Not his first time pitching this season, let alone in his career. Kelly, somebody that I know the Wolverines will eventually look at potentially at pitching throughout the next couple of years, but nonetheless, movement aplenty as that one's going to be a base hit here. It's going to be rolling into a double for Campoli, and that's going to play another run as we are just trading bases now for Shenango.
Yep. Switching spots there were Campoli and Malley. That's the 5th double of the year for Campoli. And that officially closes the book now on Lutz as he was responsible for that last run on base. So 5 runs allowed officially for Isaiah Lutz in relief.
And we still have nobody out. And coming up on that 10-run deficit.
Yeah.
Now 8 right now.
A couple of big innings for Shenango. They've got one of the top offenses, not only in Class 3A, but of all the WPIAL. Last couple of games, they've in section play, shutout against Mohawk. Only 3 runs yesterday against Ellwood, but the bats hot today. That breaking ball downstairs, 2-0 now the count.
I think that's where they may be the 4th seed here if Shenango does hold on, but an offense that if you don't have a good day, they could get you and you may have to be playing catch-up ball.
Swing and a miss on that one from Trey Ross. He doubled in a couple of runs. So doubles galore on the afternoon for Shenango. 2 this inning. 3 in the game for the Cats. One good block behind the dish by Keller. On the Kelly breaking ball. 3-1 to count. Campoli, the runner, on second. This one inside corner. Count runs full here in the top of the 6th inning. And that one's going to get away for ball 4, going down to third base, sliding in head first. The ball kicks away but stays in front of the third baseman, Kennedy. Runners on the corners after the walk and wild pitch.
It's still with nobody out. And Dotson, you talked about it. This is now like the second or third big inning here for Shenango coming up, scoring runs-wise. And it's been like nobody out. Bases loaded. Good production. Making it happen around the diamond.
Well, remember earlier I said they stranded 12 yesterday. They're taking advantage of it today.
Yes, they are.
And today it's Ellwood City that's left the bases loaded twice.
Sometimes that's how it goes, a trade-off.
Runner goes, swing, check, trying to hold the swing. Anorak cannot. Stolen bases. There was a fake throw down to second. Trey Ross getting his now team-high 6th swiped bag of the year.
Don't necessarily want to allude to it, but that runner at second, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's the 10th. Kind of surprising that you don't see Ellwood trying to pinch off the run, but nobody out. Maybe thinking we just need to get it out any way we can right now. Here's the 1-1 from Kelly. Misses downstairs, 2-1 to count. And again, Lee, just talk about, Shenango game 2 against Mohawk after suffering a loss. Suffered a big one, 7-0, only 2 hits. Double-digit hits here today.
Yeah, the bats have come alive for sure. It swings and misses at that one. They've been aggressive for sure.
Anorak wearing that 28. Saw Ziggy wearing that the last few years for Shenango. Great catcher, now playing at Westminster. Anorak trying to keep that up. Man, he's got a gun behind the dish. Foul tips that one into the glove. Talking about good catchers, Jordan Keller, the sophomore, able to hold that. Sophomore catchers, you don't see a lot of underclassmen catchers, Brad, but we got 2 good ones out here today.
Well, I tell you what, he came in, he paired up with Ryan Widmeyer last year as a freshman, and they transitioned between the two with that right field and catcher position. Both of them are really, really good individuals, more importantly, good behind the mound.
We like hearing about them being good students and student athletes before anything else.
Yeah, real good.
Now DJ Graham, another one of those sophomores. 4 seniors, 2 juniors, and 3 sophomores in this straight 9 starting lineup. He swings and misses at that one. Count even at 1-1. Get you another out-of-town score update here in a minute. Doesn't look good for Mohawk fans. Looks great for Riverside fans. Score now 9-3 in the top of the 7th inning. Wilmington final in softball. They secure at least second place with a win, 7-4 over Sharpsville today. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Kelly getting it done.
Yeah, coming in late innings here. He hasn't pitched in a while, so a little bit of rust there. And
yeah,
back-to-back 2 outs.
Only his 3rd appearance on the hill this year and only thrown 2 1/3. Add 2 strikeouts coming in, and now back-to-back Ks. First pitch to Jimmy Rose downstairs for a ball. Again, coming up after the game, we'll have our gem scoring recap, as well as our Bailey Chiropractic play of the game and our MVP Insurance MVP of the game. That one swung on and missed. Looks like it's got a nice tail on that ball. All these batters not really getting out to it.
And it does help that you are, once again, one of the lefty pitchers on the team, so it does make a little bit of difference. Contacted Aquavis, center field. He's going to take a couple steps, turn his hips, and makes that 3rd out.
So it gives up a double and a walk, but then 3 straight outs to end the inning. Again, 9 sent to the plate in the frame. Shenango extends their lead. 4 runs in the inning. They lead 11-3. Back in a moment here on Lawrence County SportsNet. Powered by Ellcat.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Bottom of the 6th inning, coming to the plate is Ellwood City, but facing their biggest deficit of the game, 11-3. They will send the 8-9-1 hitters to the plate, beginning with Sam Landis, and gets a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Jason Malley, pitch number, that was 83, correct?
Yeah, but the job he's done today.
Oh, phenomenal.
Takes something off of that one, misses inside, count even at 1-1.
And we'll give credit to the entire Shenango pitching staff. The gems that they did yesterday, we talked about it. How do you throw more pitches in relief and pitch so well? And 3 back-to-back pitchers now for Shenango. Good stuff.
Counting out 2-1 as they get a new ball in for Malley. Again, we've seen Laterra warming up a little bit throughout the course of this game, but we saw that about 4 or 5 times yesterday as well. He's been usually a starter throughout the course of the year in their back-to-back series games, but Coach Othiti's going a different route, starting Rowe yesterday, starting Malley today, his first start of the year. But a leadoff walk drawn by Ellwood City's Sam Landis, and hey, again, if you're Wolverines, you just got to be thinking base runners. Let's extend this game as long as we can and make sure that Limon is late for his umpiring gig.
I'm not going to be late. I just won't see the rest of the baseball game. That's all that's going to be.
Good breaking ball there. In for strike 1.
It looks like they're going to bring down Laterra once again to warm him up.
For the 80th time in the last 24 hours.
Ground ball towards short, taken there by Santangelo. Flip to Ross for 1. You're not going to get the speedy Cuevas at first, so fielder's choice will retire Landis at second.
Nice number, that 88. That was officially the 89th pitch by Malley.
Next up for Ellwood, number 25, Jake Biscup.
Jacob Biscup now to the plate. 1 for 2, an infield single in his at-bats today.
And he'll be the first one to tell you, he's had a tough series. Very tough series. He's used to being on base two-thirds of the time, and yesterday they got to him.
He's been on 2/3 today.
Yeah, this is that opportunity where if you can get some consecutive hits at the top of the lineup, you never know.
2-0 now the count. Malley over 90 pitches on the day. Remember, it's 100. It's about to be 105 come playoff time because, once you hit May, you're allowed to throw 5 more pitches because obviously that makes a huge difference in the arm. Good block by Anarok behind the dish. There was no sarcasm or snark in that statement whatsoever, Lee.
No, not even on your face either.
I'm glad this is on Lawrence County Sports Network and Ellwood City because we approve.
And we approve that message.
Absolutely.
3-0 pitch right down Broadway for strike 1.
Honestly, I'm surprised it hasn't been now 110. It hasn't kept going up a little bit.
Yeah, make the state playoffs be 110. Why not? Ball 4, second walk of the inning.
I think that's going to make that decision to go to Laterra a little bit easier now. It looks like that may be happening here.
We are going to get another LGKG trip to the mound. While you have a moment, I want to give a shout-out to our powering sponsor. We just announced the LCAP Team of the Month in the Shenango Girls Track and Field team. Give a shout-out to our powering sponsor, LCAP. So many great ways they're improving quality of life in and around Lawrence County. And if you've ever wanted an exciting career working with children, LCAP Early Learning is looking for you. You can apply online at www.lccap.org/join our team. Lots of spots open all across the county, especially during the summer months. It will be Gennaro Laterra coming in as the relief pitcher, so we're going to take a quick break, get you all those changes. Back in a moment here on Lawrence County SportsNet and with our friends at Ellwood City Streaming.
Firefly Solar is a proud sponsor of LC SportsNet. From our regional business partnership to our community benefits agreement with local schools, Firefly Solar is dedicated to being an outstanding neighbor and beacon of economic support for the Lawrence County community. Let's create a stronger energy infrastructure while preserving the agricultural beauty of Lawrence County. Visit fireflysolarpa.com for more info about the Firefly Solar project. Firefly Solar, creating a brighter future in Lawrence County.
Yep. So Gennaro Laterra will come to the plate. While we have a moment, we get to the full changes here in a moment. Want to give a shout out. Yes, the music here has been absolutely awesome. Some old school classics. Loving it. Every minute of it. We appreciate the good soundtracks, right?
And that's why I say my generation was the best music.
Let's not get carried away now.
Sorry, late 70s, early 80s, best music around. They're still playing it now.
That is true.
At all these baseball games.
Hey, where was I a couple of weekends ago?
That's right. You went to see Billy Joel.
I was at Madison Square Garden to see Billy Joel.
I meant to ask you, how was that?
I can't even describe it. Can't even describe how incredible that was. I mean, I've seen him before, and he was incredible, but even more incredible on his home turf there at the Garden. I mean, not many more shows left, but I highly encourage anybody who has a chance to try to get out to see him out there. Worth every penny.
If you got an extra $200, do it.
2-1 to count. So Laterra.
You noticed no comment there.
Laterra making his 9th appearance, only the 3rd time coming out of the bullpen on the year. As this ball misses upstairs to Lutz. 3-1 now the count.
Actually, I heard rumors that Billy Joel's making $3 million a show.
Oh, I'm sure it's at least that much there.
Just to sit and play a piano for a couple hours.
And he's got a full ensemble there that was all really, really impressive. Like any one of his bandmates seriously could and probably should be solo acts.
Oh, I understand.
So a trip north for a live stream?
Coming to the plate for Ellwood, number 4.
Sounds good.
Jordan Keller.
I will say this, though, too. You were talking about music and how you can't play a full song. Here's the main reason why the pitch clock in Major League Baseball is the worst. Went to the Pirates game on Friday. Between pitches, you hear the organ playing. Let's go, Bucks. Let's go.
Yep.
That's all you get. You make it one. You can't even get a da-da-da-da-da charge. So, if nothing else, that's a reason why we need to get rid of the pitch clock in Major League Baseball. It's a good reason, right? Back to the action here. Keller, 1-0 count. Good block by Anarok as Laterra coming in. Tough time finding the zone, Lee.
Yeah, he is. All 6 pitches have not been close.
Came in 23 strikeouts, 13 walks, so a solid ratio, but...
How many innings?
21 plus.
So that's a lot of walks for those 21 innings.
Yeah, so about a half or one every other inning, I guess is the best way to say that.
He's looking to walk 2 in a row here.
Yeah, 3-0 count with the bases loaded, nowhere to put him. Keller taking all the way here for good reason. It's cricket bowled in. It's an RBI the easy way.
Now, if you're at Texas A&M, you'd be going ball 9, ball 9. Ball 9.
That is one of the best traditions.
Wow. They did not waste time on that. Back-to-back walks. Looks like we're going to have another pitching change.
Well, he did not look good on those 8 pitches.
No, he did not.
Completely out of sort.
So the question is, though, now, who does Shenango have ready next to come in? It looks like it's going to be Grayson Hooks. Grayson Hooks, who has thrown 3 times this year for 3 2/3 innings. Well, this is a pseudo playoff game. You talk about pitchers having a short leash in the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Where's Lee's mic there? Mute.
I love it.
Well, Brad, we love that you've been able to do this with us. I mean, again, can't give you enough thanks for everything you did for us in the during the basketball playoffs. We were able to get a lot more games on the air thanks to you and Dad Thad. I mean, it was absolute pleasure being able to work with you, and glad we can make this happen, and hopefully get you on a couple playoff games maybe with us if you're up for that.
Well, guaranteed. We're on board for whatever we can do, and I know Thad, this is his prime time to show in the farm fields and whatnot. And I tell you what, I have a clip for you that I'll have to send to you at some point.
Please.
I got Blind Melon music in the cab of a tractor yesterday at the Shenango game. Brad, this is for you, and then Blind Melon. I was like, that is awesome. Thank you, Thad.
That's beautiful.
It is kind of a little bit scary, though, to see the very first thing you see is the face of Thad on your screen, but it worked out for a favor. So it does look like DJ Graham is going to re-enter. He's going to take over
center field.
So I think it's okay. So DJ comes back in for Laterra, and then he'll slide to center field, and then Hooks comes in from center field.
I'm not even keeping track.
So let's see if I can pull back up here for you. Your Maduro Bonner Law defensive alignment. There it is, right there. And Hooks just making his fourth appearance on the mound after Laterra faced just 2 batters.
We knew it was going to come into factor, but 11-4 here. This is going to get very interesting the next inning and a half.
It could if Lake comes up big here.
Absolutely.
Say the next couple of at-bats, it's big.
Don't leave anybody on base.
Lefty pitcher, down at the knees, strike 1 called.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And right after 3 straight walks given up by the Shenango pitchers, just seeing a strike, you're right, is a happy sight for them as this breaking ball breaks around the outside corner. Count even at 1-1. Two and one now as that one misses downstairs. Well, depth of a pitching staff was going to be key. 3 thrown yesterday, 3 pitchers for Ellwood City, 2 for Shenango. Both are on their 3rd pitcher today, so you are deep into the bullpens. With a playoff spot on the line, this breaking ball misses 3-1. Lake has drawn team high 11 walks on the year. Catches the outside corner here. Count runs full. Biscup running at 3rd, Lutz at 2nd, Keller at 1st, bases loaded, 1 down. Payoff pitch. Driven towards right field, going back on it is Campoli, and he's turning and running. It's over his head. Extra bases again for Ellwood City. 1 run in, 2 runs in. Hitting the brakes at 2nd is Lake. 2 runners in, 2 runners still in scoring position after the 2 ribby double for Lake.
Not much you can do. That ball was just well hit the opposite way.
You sure you still have softball tonight?
Yeah, I do.
Check the weather report. You never know.
So 11-6, good contact. We knew it was going to come through at some point, whether or not bases were going to be halved or not by Aaron Lake. So good contact, another double, and well, here we go. Nate Kennedy over 3. We got to prove me wrong here today. Let's go.
Good breaking ball there on first pitch for strike 1. Kennedy coming in at 231. 6 ribbies on the year, including the suicide squeeze yesterday, though looking to swing away here. Foul tips that one back, hit off the arm of Anorak. He and home plate umpire Ricky Gabriel making sure everybody's all right. I like the pink batting gloves there on Mr. Kennedy.
Did you see the pencil bat?
Yes.
I forget what team that was.
Well, I think it was with originally from the Little League Classic game.
Yeah.
Last summer.
The pencil bat, I love it.
No balls, 2 strikes. Hooks, winds, and fires. Misses downstairs, nearly hits, ball gets away, coming to the plate and getting in there, standing up on the wild pitch is Keller.
And that's what we've been waiting for if you're a Wolverines fan. Something to go wrong for Shenango. Walks in the inning, base hit, and all of a sudden, wild pitch, 11-7.
Yeah, I'm not going to see the end of this game. I'll be tuning in on my way, listening on the car.
1-2 now the count. Line drive, base hit. We got a ball game, folks. 11-8. As Kennedy gets his 7th ribby of the game, brings in Lake, or of the year, I should say.
It's still only 1 out. Gee. Well,
you said 18 runs?
Yeah, I was just thinking about the over-under.
We said we'd take the over on 18.
Yeah.
When you guys do a game, you know how to do it.
First pitch outside corner for strike 1 for Will Nardone.
No, if we knew how to do it, we picked the 1-0 games.
9-4 was the final in the Riverside Mohawk game, by the way. So Riverside is, again, your Section 1 champions.
Good off-speed pitch there.
0-2 the count to Nardone. We still got a full inning to play here, folks. Keep that in mind. 0-2 misses up and in.
Well, you know Hooks can throw hard. We've seen the cannon from center field.
Swing and a miss on the ball in the dirt. Batter is out. Can't advance with the first base occupied. Big strikeout there for the second out of the inning. First out recorded by Hooks in relief.
And Joe Roth will hit. Okay.
Now up for Ellwood, number 35, Joe Roth.
Roth, 2 groundouts and a flyout here today. 3 for 14 on the season. Throw over, back easily at first is Kennedy. Another throw over. This one nearly gets away. Good job at first base by Malley to snag it. So Riverside 11-1, Mohawk 10-2. They're at the top of the section. Neshannock was in a barn burner with Quaker Valley. We'll get you a score update on that here in a moment. And this one misses upstairs. 2-0 now the count. Neshannock still going against the Quakers. They lead 1-0 in the bottom of the 9th. 3-0 now the count. Throw behind at first. Joseph Roth, how about this? This is the second time today Joseph Roth has been the 9th batter in the inning. 5 runs already across here in the bottom of the 6th for Ellwood City. The 3-0. Misses inside, ball 4.
Let's see if we get a pinch runner here for Roth, you would think.
Yep, I think you're right.
Because he can re-enter as the DH.
Coach Wise comes down here to call time, and that looks like what we're going to have here.
It is going to be a pinch runner, Carlo Nardone.
Yep. Just getting a little word there that with Carlo being used, he will not be able to run anymore after this.
That's a courtesy runner, correct?
Yep.
Next up for Ellwood, number 13, Sam Landis.
There you go, lefty on lefty.
So now both teams have batted around in this game.
What a weird series. What a great way to finish it at the end of the year. You played about 16 to 17 normal games to have this kind of back-to-back games. My goodness.
So at the plate, Sam Landis. Led off this inning with a walk, was retired on a fielder's choice, takes strike 1. Neshannock victorious 1-0. Miss Oak does catch the inside corner. Late call Caught me off guard. 0-2 now the count. Kennedy at second. Ross pinch runner Nardone at first. 2 down. Ball in the dirt. That's going to allow both runners to advance 90 feet. Late throw down to second base. Getting late break was Carlo Nardone, but he does get down there. On the wild pitch.
Interesting
Drama.
decision.
So now 1-2 the count.
Anything out of the infield here should plate too.
Especially with hooks now going from the windup. On the 1-2. Ground ball. High chop. It's going to get barely snagged by Malley, and he's going to hustle over to first base. I thought for a moment it went over his head, but he's leapt up and grabbed it somehow, some way, to get the out and end the inning.
Wow.
Monster inning it was, though. 5 runs in the frame on just 2 hits by my count. And 2 runners left on the bags. Don't go anywhere, folks. 11-8 your score. A wild and wacky game this has been. 7th inning coming your way when we return on the Lawrence County SportsNet and Ellwood City streaming.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
That's crazy. What a game.
What a game it is here today. 11-8 your score. Runs galore, hits galore. We've hit the over. The over-under was set at 18 before the game as a joke, and we have hit it. 9-4 final. Riverside. Ricky Gabriel, our home plate umpire. Hey, he's as much a fan as anybody else. He wants to know what's going on across the area.
Well, he had the over in the Riverside game, so.
Top of the 7th, showing bunt and pulling back is the leadoff batter of the inning and leadoff batter on the team, Benny Santangelo. So how about this? Both teams send 9+ batters to the plate in both the 3rd and the 6th innings. Because why not? 2-0 the count to Santangelo. Kelly, the 3rd pitcher of the day for Ellwood City. Count now 3-0. I thought the scorebook yesterday looked insane with 13 innings. Lee Moan, this one's doesn't look much better.
No.
4-pitch walk drawn by Santangelo. Started the series 0 for 10. Now has 2 walks in his last 2 at-bats. Now, if you're Shenango here, Lee, are you thinking let's move over, trying to manufacture one, get a little insurance?
I personally am here.
First pitch, and yes, scoring a bunt is Patton, and it is fouled. Back. That's, I believe, it hit the batter in the box.
Or it hit the catcher.
Yeah, it came back to hit the catcher,
Okay.
too.
Yeah, it hit.
Patton, a couple of singles, couple of runs scored. He's been on base 3 times today. Right now trying to do a job. Not squaring this time. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Count even at 1-1. Lee, I'll ask you the important question. Riverside's the 1, no doubt about that. Is Mohawk the 2?
Off the top of my head, I say yes.
They've been essentially the 2 or the 3 in the Trib Live rankings all year long.
That would be a debate for the committee. And I'm sure whatever they do, it's not going to be right.
Oh, of course not. Scoring the bunt and does get it down this time up the first base line. Good job. Barehanded play by the lefty pitcher. Kelly to get the out, but sacrifice 1-3 moves Santangelo to second.
But he did his job, though. Get it up that first base side, make the pitcher field the ball. Good push bunt there.
And you notice third baseman charging as soon as he realized he wasn't going to get it. Got back to third base. Saw that a little bit yesterday. A couple of bunt scenarios that players could have gone first to third. They're going to intentionally walk Grayson Hooks here to get the force.
Now batting number 15, Jason Malley.
Again, Hooks hitting .532 coming into today's game. Already has a RBI double. Or excuse me, it was a single, a long single. First pitch misses, or excuse me, it is called strike one on the outside corner.
Just got a final for Ellwood City softball. They lost to Laurel 4-2.
It's another team we didn't get a chance to talk much about in our Melee Minute League, but that Laurel team is pretty darn good as well.
The bad thing about it is they're in the Shenango Conference.
You know what's funny, though? Unless they win either the WPIAL or the state championship, this will actually be the worst season under Coach Frank Duddy, because he scheduled one heck of a non-conference slate. You know, besides Mohawk and Ellwood City, a couple of losses to upper classification teams. This one lifted into shallow left field. Coming and making the catch is Biscup for the second out of the inning. Yeah, low-scoring losses. Deer Lake's the one I remember was a 4-2 loss. There's another one that was a 1-0 or 2-1 loss.
Well, you have to. I mean, when you're facing Addie Fry and Abigail Measle, you need to find the best pitchers out there.
And if those two teams aren't 1-2, Neshannock and Laurel, after meeting in the championship last year, the state and WPIAL semis 2 years ago, I think that would be a big disservice as well. This one right down Broadway for strike one to Joe Campoli.
And I did get a final now for track and field. The Wolverines come home third overall. Quaker Valley took first. Greensburg Central Catholic second. So Ellwood City got third overall.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Impressive year for sure, and loved seeing the write-up there on the track team. No one outstanding athlete on the team. Everybody doing the job and getting it done all year long, especially on those relay teams. That's what's been most impressive to me. Campoli just got under this one, lifted towards right center field. Cuevas will settle under it for the final out of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the seventh inning. Last chance for Ellwood City, trailing 11-8.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Bottom of the seventh inning, last chance scenario for Ellwood City, and they're going to have the 9-1-2 hitters due up, and it is, we were wondering if we might see a pinch hitter, but it is Cuevas to lead things off. 9-1-2, Cuevas, Biscup, and Lutz. I mean, Cuevas reached on an error, walked, and reached on a fielder's choice.
It could be that opportunity. You said it. He can run the bases. It makes you wonder, do we see our first attempt of a bunt, first at bat, maybe? We'll see.
Yeah, my third baseman will be playing really in right now.
We'll find out real quick.
Again, with the Ewing chop, as I used to call it. When I played here and had to play at third base, I don't care if it was the 3-hitter, 4-hitter, I was playing up on that grass. I didn't like the lip. Now, it's a lot less severe than it was when I played, but...
So right now, we'll see. Trey Ross there at third base. He's playing... Yep. You nailed it. You nailed it. They knew it. They know it. Right at the grass.
First pitch from Hooks, misses high and away for ball 1, and I wasn't going to say this either, but likely taking a strike here.
Yes.
If you're Ellwood City. First pitch misses upstairs from Hooks, the 1-0. Also tails away, 2-0 the count. And in the end, you got to remember, too, first couple guys don't mean anything. You need multiple runs. Can't get it with one swing of the bat yet. Right down Broadway, 2-1 now the count. Hooks, the third pitcher to be used in this game. Jason Malley pitching first 5 1/3. Laterra faced 2 batters in the 6th. Now Hooks with his second inning of relief.
Just like Rowe, good pace here. Not as fast, but good solid pace here by Hooks.
Count now full as that one catches the top of the zone.
Full count.
Payoff pitch coming. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Breaking ball driven to left field for the base hit, and that's why you trust
the coach
in the freshman.
Wow. How about that?
I don't mind being wrong.
We were all wrong up here. The whole press box
I'll
was
say
wrong.
it for you guys. I'm glad you guys are wrong.
Yeah.
Well
hey, kudos to Cuevas, though. I mean,
Yes.
he hung in there, worked the count full, got his pitch.
Yep. So that'll bring up Biscup 1 for 2 today.
First pitch to him misses upstairs for ball 1.
And I think if he's smart here, he hasn't done it this series, but wait for that pitch.
Now, he's walked twice today, on base 3 times. And this one nearly hits him. 2-0. The potential tying run would be sitting in the on-deck circle in Isaiah Lutz.
Then you get to the meat of the lineup here for the Wolverines real quick.
Good 2-0 breaking ball there for strike 1. And that tells me right there, Lee, that he trusts his breaking ball right now more than his fastball.
Wow, that was a slow breaking ball, too.
Comes back with it, and it does hit Biscup. 12th time this year he's been hit. The tying run comes to the plate.
Well, I think I'll be listening to the rest of this game.
So that'll bring up Isaiah Lutz 1 for 3, but he's followed by Keller and then Lake with nobody out.
Well, the good news is you still have an hour of daylight. And the bad news is I'll be listening to you guys the rest of the way.
Limo, we will talk to you on the Penn Ohio Bottled Water podcast as when we preview the playoffs.
I'll probably be in Virginia.
Exactly. You can call in from Virginia. You got no problem with that, right?
We did the last time.
Well, we'll be looking forward to you.
Brad, we'll see you down the playoff.
Have
run.
fun.
I appreciate it.
Big thanks, Limo.
Call strike 1.
Limo will take us. We'll take his trip down to Cranberry. We'll see plenty of him and his brother Jay back in the action as well come playoff time. And now you got one of your seniors coming to the plate in Isaiah Lutz as the tying run at the plate. Hooks' first pitch misses outside for ball 1, and I wonder if Coach Wise saw the same thing we saw, Brad, and no trust right now in the fastball. Are you sitting more on a breaking ball right now?
Yep. It gives you an opportunity to kind of sit back and wait for it.
Another one tailing away, 2-0. Jordan Keller in the on-deck circle. There is another 2-0 breaking ball in there for strike 1. 2-1 now the count. Another breaking ball, but this one hooks too far inside from Grayson Hooks. 3-1 the count. Cuevas at second. Biscup at first. The 3-1.
Wow.
Misses outside. Bases full of Wolverines. Tying run is on base. The potential winning run at the plate. And it's your 3-hitter in Jordan Keller. So now, what is the game plan?
Oh, my. So it looks like they're going to go to, I believe,
Trey Ross.
Trey Ross, yeah. And, folks, this is why you need a bunch of kids at the lower level playing multiple positions for this exact moment. My goodness.
Well, I think we talked about it off the air, Brad. There was a couple of games earlier this year that Shenango used 7 pitchers in a game, 1 inning for each pitcher.
Yep.
It's for scenarios like this right here. So let's see where the rest of the changes go. Sam Patton, it looks like, is moving from left field to second base. That means Grayson Hook's likely going back out to center field. And I'll guess that DJ Graham will move from right to left. Fourth pitcher of the game for Shenango. Trey Ross coming in on the year. 11 innings thrown. This is his 8th appearance, which actually makes him the 3rd most experienced in terms of appearances on the mound.
So it looks like Hooks is going to go to center field. Campoli's going to slide to left field.
Campoli to left and Graham in right?
Yep.
Gotcha.
And Graham in right field. So here we go. Bases loaded, nobody out. Jordan Keller, 1 for 3 today. Going against number 22, Trey Ross.
So there is your Medor Bonner Law defensive alignment as it stands, as Trey Ross, again, the 4th pitcher of the game. He's got a pickle. Nobody out. Bases loaded. In the bottom of the 7th inning, playoffs on the line. Winner to the playoffs. Loser goes home. And how about that? The sophomore coming right in for strike 1. Sidearm throw, and it hits him.
Doesn't happen often to Keller, but he has been hit multiple times. He'll stay in there and get that run.
And now that is the winning run on base. 11-9, your score.
Shortstop, Aaron Lake.
So he's got a walk for an RBI and a hit batsman for an RBI. And big stick Aaron Lake at the plate. Watches strike 1.
Corners in to the grass area.
This one popped up right side of the infield. This will be an infield fly for the first out of the inning. Caught there by Ross, or Ross was at second. Caught by Patton, who came in from the outfield.
Next up for the Wolverines, number 5, Nate Kennedy.
So Nate Kennedy, as they coin him, Nate Dog. Bringing out the dog, see if they can break through. He did last time, 1 for 4. Anything in the outfield with Lutz at second could be very interesting real fast.
First pitch misses outside. You're right, you have Biscup at third, Lutz at second, Keller at first. Lots of speed on the base paths, and everybody pauses and takes a collective breath as home plate umpire Ricky Gabriel dusts off home plate. Here's the 1-0. Right down Broadway, evens the count at 1-1. Kennedy, RBI single his last time up. 7 ribbies on the year. Base hit here likely ties this game. Great pitch outside corner for strike 2. Not a strikeout pitcher, 5 Ks in 11 innings for Ross. This one foul back to the screen. Count remains 1-2. Biscup at third, Lutz at second, the tying run. Keller the potential winning run at first. The 1-2, again foul back and out of play.
Trey Ross throwing those right in the middle of the zone, and Kennedy not connecting just yet, just fouling him off, staying alive here. 1 out, bases loaded, 1-2 pitch.
Ross sets and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3 and a big one for Shenango. Ellwood City now down to their final out.
That'll bring up Will Nardone, the junior here, 0 for 3 today, but this would be an opportunity. He did it yesterday. He had a random double on the season for 2 runs. We'll see what he can do here.
That was his first extra base hit of the year. First pitch outside corner for strike 1. Oh for 3 today. Can Nardone do it with the stick? That one's off the plate. Evens the count at 1-1. Clouds rolling in here at Sanders Field. Which team will represent Section 1 of the playoffs? Nardone gives this one a ride to right field. Going back on it is Graham, settling under it. He makes the catch, and it's going to be the Wildcats. Shenango survives a slugfest. 11-9, your final score. Here from Ewing Park, Shenango will be playoff bound. Ellwood City's season will come to an end. 11-9 your final score. We'll come back. We'll recap it all when we return here on the Lawrence County SportsNet and Ellwood City Sports Streaming. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Back one final time here from Sanders Field at Ewing Park. There's your final score, 11-9. Shenango over Ellwood City. With that, Shenango is playoff bound. They finished 6-6 in the section, 9-9 overall. Ellwood City at 5-7, 10-8 overall. That is, unfortunately, their final game of the season. Can't get both county teams in, but that was one heck of a way to go out with 19 total hits, 20 total runs, 21, though, left on base, including 3 times the bases left loaded for Ellwood City. A tough pill to swallow for sure there, Brad Winters, but a fantastic Ellwood City season. We'll let you close the book on the Ellwood City season real quick.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, all we wanted was a really good game. I know both these teams could have represented very well for Lawrence County in playoffs, but somebody had to prevail, and today I think you can look at the stats, we can look at the stat line, the score line, and everything, and just say one team capitalized on, crazy to say this, but multiple times base loaded. And unfortunately for the Wolverines, they did not capitalize enough times.
And that's basically the opposite of what happened yesterday when Shenango left the bases loaded and left 14 or something on base. Let's get right into it. First, your Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game award. And it goes in a losing effort, but that comebacker to the mound from Isaiah Lutz was an absolute incredible play to see.
Yeah, that was an opportunity where runners on base, that could have blown this one out of proportion. We could have seen an easily 13-8 game headed to that 7th inning where 5 runs is enough and good chance you're not coming back. But a nice contact. Got to give credit at the plate. Good contact right up the middle, but nice glove there by Isaiah Lutz, the trustworthy senior, the shortstop pitcher combination there, making that catch and then throwing quickly. And he didn't hesitate at all. Throws a first.
You're right. So he is your Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game recipient. He'll get a customized T-shirt for his efforts in courtesy of the Red Zone as today's Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game. As your MVP of the game, it's got to go to the winning pitcher in Jason Malley. His first start of the year, he gets the win on the mound. He also gets a couple of runs, couple of RBIs, 2 RBI double, brought in the final 2 runs, and those 2 runs ended up being crucial, made it 10 and 11 on the board. So for him, as your MVP Insurance MVP of the game, Jason Malley, we'll also get a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone for his efforts in the 11-9 victory. Call MVP for the win. 11-9 your final here. Again, big thanks, Brad, all year long. And if you're up for it, we'll give you a call come playoff time. We might have to have a little fun here.
Absolutely. We're all for it, and we enjoy doing it. And we're so glad that we have you guys. I can't thank you guys enough because as much as we put Ellwood City on the map in Lawrence County, you put the Lawrence County in us. Lawrence County, unfortunately, you can't get farther north than WPIAL, and it's tough. I don't blame anybody down in the Pittsburgh area, but to cover us up here north, it's really tough. And you guys being in your backyard, it goes without question how much we appreciate you guys being able to be there for games that we can't cover, whether it's baseball or softball or any other sport. We do truly thank you guys.
Well, we appreciate everything with your help as well, and just working side by side has been a lot of fun. We just have to do a lot more of it for sure down the stretch and potentially again throughout the rest of this postseason. Big thanks to Lee Moan as you're listening, driving away. We hate you. No, we're kidding. Big thanks to him for everything. This game only 2.5 hours rather than the 3-hour, 4-minute marathon from last night. But your final score one last time, Shenango 11, Ellwood City 9. The Cats back in the playoffs. For Brad and Lee, I'm James Dotson saying so long and stay tuned. Pairings coming out Thursday and Friday, and then playoff action coming your way. Best place to watch it right here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. And thanks again to ECS.